Hello everybody and welcome back to Sit Down Rolling. I'm your DM Matthew and today everybody is back.
Yay.
Woo, Gav. No.
Unison.
No, same thing. Same thing, who cares? We're all back, we're all here, we're all about to have some fun. What we're going to do today is, I don't know, because I didn't think of asking what their plan was last week. So, we're going to find out what happens.
Not bad.
Should we...
clap my hands together?
No, I can't think of anything for you. Should we...
Nope. In the house.
I was going to say the same thing. You're not in the house anymore.
Get your mind's out of the gutter.
Flatten the race on.
I'll pull the proof.
No, don't do that. It's not bad. Don't a quarter of it now.
No.
Okay.
What if I clap the part that isn't yours?
Then all of it would be it.
No.
Still walk home.
Only if you get caught.
It would be
Anyway.
Could make it look like a natural disaster.
No.
Lotus counts as one of them.
Yeah, you know, yeah. Motus is an act of God. Anyway, a quick recap for you all. Last week, the party continued their exploration of the Copper City, making their way to the lower levels, specifically an area known as the Brew, where they ran into a bit of trouble with a local walker gang who seemed to do some work for a group called the Grimforge Conclave, a kind of criminal syndicate that runs the lower part of Renaissance. Long story short, a poor old centaur had a pretty rough afternoon when they were basically told to go and break his knees, and, well, they did. Well, they broke one of his knees and then sent to hell, and then Glacier got to basically torture a dude while he watched, and I'm sure everything is now okay. The group
I sent a message without physically hurting the old man.
Yeah, and we will see what they think of that message. The group then continued their investigations, and came across a figure known as the Bloody Cutlass, a assassin who decided to kill Salban many times and just kept not being able to do it because Salban just kept somehow surviving, eventually giving up and for a very, very low price. Apparently things gave up a bunch of info about what Salban's uncle was planning. The group then tracked down a halfling assistant of Salman's uncle known as Morlet.
It had 17, vowels in it.
Yeah, named Morlet, who, after being intimidated and followed by several members of the group, agreed to give up information and also revealed that he was the one that posted the quest that led to Salman's old travelling companions being killed by the Dreadlich. Salman also had a bit of a flashback to when he took the Richter test, giving Joe a chance to do that. And with that, the group now, I think we wrapped up with you guys going back to the pub, waiting for Mortel to bring the...
He gave us the stuff.
He gave it to you. You're all back with him in the tavern you were in before, because that's the only thing I think of where we ended last week. And yeah, we pick up there.
I believe we were on our way out.
On your way out? What's the game plan?
We should check the info. Let's look through the documents.
Do you want to, because he's still here, we'll say he's still there, do you want to question him, ask him anything while you're looking through it all? Or?
Oh, I wasn't here, was I?
No.
I mean, you were talking to him.
No, but this is all the information that I need.
Right.
I'm asking him.
Yes, this is something I have.
And he's not lying.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Hey Selban, is there anything that you want to know from this guy? Whilst we're here.
So I was thinking, he told me where my father lived. He did that. Oh, can you find out what, my father, my uncle. Can you find out what my uncle is doing at the moment? Like what job role he is doing in the city? Or what, is he just a businessman, is he a council member? You know, something.
Where can we find them?
Panto. Who are you trying to find?
Your boss.
Yeah. But like I said, he lives in the Auto Watch area. He gives like an address.
I'm basically transmitting it into Salvin's head.
Yeah. He'll give you an address there.
Thank you for your time.
Yes. Anything else?
What's he doing at the moment?
He just manages and runs several businesses in the city.
Like what?
Oh, all kinds. Textiles, engineering firms, gives like a list of generic kind of companies. Nothing.
Yeah,
stands out.
we have what we need from him. I'm gonna get up and leave.
Thank you for your time and your cooperation.
Yes. Goodbye. Takes his massive amount of gold and starts leaving.
And this meeting
Yeah,
never
you
happened.
did.
Do you
Yes,
understand?
I understand.
I did say
Goodbye.
I did basically say for your sake, Adam, that if he didn't cooperate when we did find the information, he'd be as fucked as his uncle would be. So you might as well take this money. Do whatever the fuck he wants. So yeah, I will go to where Selban is.
Someone will be in another bar across the street.
Yeah,
Maybe
and then
not members.
he would just like hand like probably the envelope with the documents in it.
Okay, so I'll look through the thing, just kind of curious as to what we've got.
So most of them are, you have to really look into a few of them, but they are very incriminating paper trails, mainly leading to contracts with mercenaries, a few city officials kind of keep an eye out for you, but they're kind of like expired or were never really bounced back or approved. You see a few kind of, subtle notes and contracts to like assassins and mercenaries tend to hunt you down. And then you probably also come across a book, and probably maybe like 2 books. And these books just have like, diary entries of meetings with certain people, discussions with like these business owners to try and gain access to some other accounts which no one seems to have access to. And you also probably do find a copy of the quest you and your old adventure party went on.
Aww.
And also several contracts signed by assassins and mercenaries as well. And some receipts from all manner of illicit businesses.
Okay, so someone's going to say to the party, does anybody have any experience in destroying people's reputation politically?
Not politically.
Not intentionally.
Not really.
You mean like spreading rumours?
Well, not rumours, but facts.
What?
No.
I said not politically, you said not intentionally, and he said not really.
See no evil, speak no evil.
Not verbally, Alter.
Well, I do have one contact within the city, another lord who quite likes my antics.
Probably best to speak to them.
I have 2 avenues of action that I think I would like to do. One would be to attempt to steal the documents back from my uncle that have been stolen from me, and then, I don't know, see what they are and lay claim to them. And 2 would be to hand information to the authorities and then have it done that way. Perhaps doing both, but I'm not sure which one to do first.
Seems.
Probably the documents first, because if he sees the police coming down on him, he might get rid of it. I know I will.
Anybody else have any ideas?
We're a lot better at
Politicians
stealing
will
than
not
we
make it,
are
that's not the point.
political machinations.
Let's go do some theft. It's my favourite thing to do.
Not
If
really
you're
my
sitting
thing.
in an office not doing anything, that fits your bill, right?
Exactly. So let's go to the what district was it? It's written down here. I've written it. The Auto Watch district.
This is not really my forte.
That's okay. Someone
Yeah.
just wants to ask to check with the party before he drags them around. Doesn't want to drag them around without
Not my
seeing if
thing.
they're okay with it.
Us 3 aren't really the stealthy type.
I mean, I am. I just choose not to.
Iggy has a twinkle. It's been a long time since we've had a stealth mission.
To be fair, I've got boots on kind of so I'm not a straight roll, but stealth is my relevant.
I have a +7 to stealth.
I
Yeah.
have a straight roll, but it's a plus.
I don't
14
have
if
anything to
memory
help
serves.
me stealth.
Everybody's gonna have a +10 because I have a staff of the
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
but
wow.
like he's
So
like a
13.
fucking 9-foot dragon. though.
Yeah, I'm close on 10.
Yeah.
I'm about 6 inches away from changing size.
Yeah. So like he's ginormous. He ain't sneaking anywhere.
No. There'll be a parachute hole right above the door. So I can't get
Like
through.
it's better if me and Carol are just nearby.
I've often found it curious as to how on earth Servan sneaks, considering he's a het centaur. He doesn't really fit behind things.
Float, he was
No, yeah, he just.
It's funny.
Perfect camouflage.
I thought that's why you picked this a centaur.
To be fair, you are very
Crazy
slight.
eye stealth.
Yeah.
Because it's hilarious.
It is funny. Pardon?
You are very slight for a centaur.
He is quite skinny actually. Yeah. Anyway, so Joe doesn't know what this area is.
Yeah.
So,
So,
what is it?
the Overwatch District is one of the kind of like higher up levels of the city. And it gets its name from the creation of the Autowatch, the kind of like mechanical guards that kind of wander around the city. And this is basically where it was like they were originally created. And in the early days, it was like a hub for creation, technology, and the biggest thing that was created there was the original kind of Autowatch guard, hence where it came from. But as the city kind of expanded and built up, they were kind of like gentrified and became less industrial based, and basically turned into a place of large, rich, stately homes. With high ceilings, big walls, heavy metal doors. It was also quite defendable for nobles and wealthy business owners. But because lots of the buildings were made from like factories and automated lines, these buildings are very easy to turn into something called like an automatic home, like automatic manor, which basically is a home or mansion that you can like, change the shape of, the interior of through like, technology. I'm not going to go into the full details of it, but you can do that, and it's very common and affordable for these homes to do it because they just easily be converted. So it's full of those styles of homes.
Oh dear, I imagine they might have defense systems as well.
If you imagine, if you ever played Dishonored 2, the Duke's Manor,
No, I
like the scientist guy you go after, where like you can have bridges and stuff and the rooms can change. That kind of vibe.
So do we have an address here?
Yeah, they gave you an address. I don't have an address.
That's okay. Let's stake it out from a distance and then.
I mean, it is pretty late at night. At this point, it's about like 6, 7 o'clock. So by the time you get there, it's going to be getting pretty dark.
Okay.
Do you want to go now or?
Is everyone still cool doing it now? Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Behind you, buddy.
Alright.
I think I've still got all of my tricks.
I've got a whole bunch of invisibility to go out still. Let's see what we've got left.
Not sure where my
Next
10
one.
of dice is. All my Evandra stuff.
Still below average.
Did you clean it up?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wrote down what I rolled last week though. I can do that.
Actually.
Are there guard patrols in this area?
Yes, lots of them. A lot of them are the mechanical auto watch as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I can fly.
Yeah, it's below average.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's my stealth ability.
I'll make us all. Before we get into any area, I'll cast Passive Out Trace on all of us because it lasts an hour.
Yeah.
So we will have plus 10 stealth.
Yeah.
And other stuff.
This is really not me anymore. Kairos thing.
You don't have to, but it's an area of effect spell, so I'm just going to cast on you anyway. And then
I can
anyone.
see invisible things. That's about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's useful. Anyone's going to be invisible, I can cast invisibility on them. The people who are going to go and sneak. But otherwise, it'd be good for other people to keep an eye out and like be eyes and ears through the telepathic link.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm good. I'm good. I've got massive perception. So.
Yeah. if you could like
me,
watch
you,
from the outside.
and you and Kyle can go to
Only
like
directional,
cafe
yeah.
bar
Mm.
or bar, whatever's
Mm.
close, whatever's here.
Actually, it's probably since I see. Heros,
Hello.
could you please check the location of my uncle? His name is Tristan Throngir.
I will attempt to cerebro.
Make a stream check
Tristan.
for me.
Throngir.
Frongier.
Does Harris still look like Cassandra Nova?
Am I bald?
Are you?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I now know who that is.
But I'm wearing a wig.
Yes.
Because I've
no.
seen enough clips of
What do you mean,
Deadpool
yes and
3.
no?
Wait,
I
you
bought a
haven't
wig.
watched it?
No.
Oh, you should.
Remember.
Probably, it's
Which you
probably
got?
the best
20.
best
Yeah.
movie they've done since Endgame.
Yeah, from where you are, that probably if you're outside the house and they are within like the east wing of the house.
So he's in the house.
That way. In the house.
Thank you very much.
East wing.
Did you find them?
Not the ones I was looking for, but that'll do.
Can I also check if where granite is?
Sure.
Probably sensible.
What is sensible?
24.
Yeah, same place. Yeah, no, same place as we all checked. One still south.
Still south, miles away.
Yeah.
Hopefully Zakim.
She's 2 miles south of you.
I'm just periodically checking because I'm just expecting to
Yeah.
just jump around us.
Well, teleportation is a thing, but
So, who would like to attempt to join me in sneaking into my uncle's manor? Okay, let's go.
I can't.
If you are good at sneaking, I recommend. If you are not, I recommend staying outside and keeping an eye.
I'll stay over there then.
can you cast invisibility so the spellbound's not the one
No.
concentrating?
I don't need to, I've got the dagger.
Still requires concentration. Concentration spell.
Other people can take it off and
I
then
gave up.
Yeah, you can use it yourself.
I gave up
It still
visibility
requires concentration.
many
I know,
levels.
but like other people can take it off and then use the dagger to cast invisibility.
Yeah, no, but then you can't cast more concentration.
I can cast another concentration spell, is what they're saying.
No. I know, I get what you're saying, but he can cast without trace,
Yeah.
and then somebody else can cast using the dagger invisibility on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the dagger and I'll
Then you use.
I'll
yeah, that
stab you in the face.
Oh, take 1 damage on the face. It hits my armor.
Stab in the tail.
Okay, so from visible. I'll take these 2 down.
So Spellbound's now visible
Why?
because
Because
you used it twice.
done.
But we've always been
yeah.
able to go around.
Yeah,
But everyone's
well,
done it.
yeah. So Harris stabbed Spellbound, and Harris stabbed it.
Oh.
Oh, right.
So Salva's not
Stab
visible.
Salman.
Oh, because it usually does it. We
So
usually
you
give it
able
to
to
each
concentrate
person.
on themselves.
Carol stab Salman.
Oh,
Now,
okay. No,
Go for it.
9 uses.
Yeah. So I'm concentrating on your invisibility.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Yeah, no, you're right.
Step one.
Holds the dagger.
Yeah, I'll put Death Ward up on both of you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Just in case.
Hmm.
You never know.
Before invisibility.
And I will put on both of you Intellect Fortress.
Is that
Is that
concentration?
concentration?
Your concentration
So-
on
I can
invisibility.
do 2
Oh, you can.
because I'm awesome.
Oh, yes.
That's technically Salmos when I dropped.
But now it just.
But
But
do
now
it
it
for
drops.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, yeah.
Do it for the intellect
now it
fortress.
has.
Yes.
Now it has. So yeah.
And with that out of the way,
Just in case.
Okay, thank you.
So you have advantage on wisdom, intelligence, everything.
Can I make a perception check on the manor to look for guard patterns?
Oh, you can see guards walking around outside.
Oh, okay.
And we
Two
have the guards
targets.
as well.
2 targets.
Can I make a perception check for any guards that aren't obvious,
Go for it.
or any security features that aren't obvious with just a glance over? Just a quick glance. That would be a 23.
Yeah, so you're looking, you do see there are like these, you're guessing like remote sensors that can move along the walls. Have these very faint like spotlights. I'm guessing they're positioned from like a spotlight or a lookout point for something.
I'll tell Salban and Iggy in the mind link about what I see.
I imagine they have defences against invisibility.
From the book, True Sight, don't see anything extra.
No, nothing hidden in magic. Nothing in the astral eternal plane.
I will.
But it picks up like glyphs and stuff like that as well.
Do you
Yeah,
want,
not so.
Do you want advantage on saving throws against like fiends and stuff like that? Do you want protection from evil and good on both you, or do you want +2 AC? That's like literally the most buffing I can do. For you.
personally, I prefer the AC.
I prefer the other one.
So
I can't. I need you to go until consensus, guys.
I'm numbers now.
I can't do both.
You want more AC?
That's good.
Let's do the AC.
My AC is okay. It's 21 at the minute because I've got my shield up.
Let's do the AC.
Okay. You both have shield of faith. I'll twin spell shield of faith.
Okay.
Yeah, lighting up like a Christmas
Carol's
tree.
in concentration, but the invisibility, you wouldn't touch it for she only hasn't got it at the minute, so. Okay. Well, we can carry spells very often, so just smite.
I just smite.
Shield of
Okay.
faith's good, man. Cool.
Oh, actually, I can give us. Do I have enhanced ability for that? Let's see.
Selma,
Yeah.
do you want the bag?
The bag.
Do you think you'll need the bag?
I've got a different bag on me.
Do you want my bag?
No, it's alright. I've got a much more explosive one.
Compared to my bag?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I've got the bomb that I purchased.
Do you think my bag might be a bit subtler?
And I'm terrible for saying that.
I just
Clap
think
my
it
hands
might be a
together.
bit more difficult to use. But thank you for the offer.
Code word is cherry.
I understand.
I don't.
Code word for
It's a cherry bomb.
Oh my god.
Oh.
What is
the
the
bag you
plan?
have?
Oh.
Oh.
Iggy and I are going to attempt to sneak in.
Make me an initial stealth check on your approach, please.
You have advantage because you are invisible.
Woo!
Plus 10 'cause I'm
Disadvantage because you both suck.
No!
That means plus 10.
Yeah, plus 7 for my stealth trace.
Oh, darn it.
17 plus my stealth of 13.
What was that? That was an 8, wasn't it?
You have advantage, remember, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of them are great.
21. 31.
31?
Do you think that's high enough?
Yes.
Most things don't,
Yeah,
beat-
okay.
don't beat 30.
Unless the
Yeah.
guys roll 20s, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Double roll of 40.
So,
That was a
40
word, sorry.
13, what?
31.
Can't be three people watching.
I'm gonna use these
Nope.
as heads and tails.
So you see as you begin approaching,
Oh, that was a 31 off an 8.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see there is
That's
one
bad.
kind of humanoid guard in a basic kind of chain shirt, so like, you know, typical mercenary guard uniform, sword at the side, and there are two of these auto watch kind of either side of him. One's a bit smaller with kind of like this bladed hand and shield, and the other one is this much larger kind of two-shielded, almost like a shield guardian, construct, but a lot bigger, and kind of like this spinning like gyrosphere in his chest. With kind of steam coming out these vents. They kind of stand by the door or the main gate watching, kind of approach, and basically facing the house.
Max, I have the spell Detect Magic. With a perception check, would I be able to sort of perceive that anyone has such a spell currently cast on them?
Yes, technically, yeah. We'd have to be like within
The range.
the range of the spell, and the spell would just pick up.
Right.
It's a spell already, so you would need to make a perception check because you know you can detect as magic. So you would need to
Right,
check
yeah,
to see,
yeah.
'cause you
I mean, I was more thinking just trying to perceive if someone looks
not
like they've got it.
really.
Okay.
Normally, because like the spell magic, you can look to see if someone's kind of casting a spell or under the effects of a spell, but there's not necessarily a clear sign
Right.
of what this factor in. Not also a true sign. Yeah, it's okay.
So he's not.
I'll make a perception check to make a perception check to see if anyone's casting a spell.
Go for it.
That is a 29.
No one's using casting any spells. The three that you see, two of them are mechanical. The one guy is just kind of standing there looking, but no one seems to be casting or really doing any suspicious movements.
Okay.
From outside, Matthew,
Mm-hmm.
can I see the moon?
You can see bits of it. In fact, no, you wouldn't be quite smoggy here, so the sky would be filled with like a heavy cloud.
Okay, so what do we get to?
Well, so you're basically standing at the top of the path. You see, you know, the front main pathway in with like a little wall around the place made of like, metal.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of like weirdly barbed wire on top. Like someone's taken home security a bit far here.
Okay.
But you're looking at any breaks in the fences from where you are. You have to try and scale over the top of the wall or try and sneak past the guard in front. You can. You can't really stealth from the room flying.
I'm
No.
trying to pick you up. I don't know, is my flying...
That would
music-
give. Same if you can't really stealth fly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
You can. It's more difficult to do, but I would just give like a.
I think I would try and sneak behind the guards. That's mine. The only thing I'd be worried about is if they had full transits or something like that.
Or blind sight. I could de-door, but that makes a noise.
How much room is there between?
There's a little bit. There's like a, it's enough room for you to kind of squeeze past on like the left hand side.
Okay, I think in that case I'm going to try and climb the wall.
Okay.
How does a centaur climb?
We don't think about that.
Difficulty. Great difficulty.
With little grappling hooks that come out of your shoulders.
Yeah,
Here we go.
little claws.
Jason Marshall just jump.
Falls. So much appears with the cloth in front.
Fucking hell, man.
Dark.
That's not
Shit got dark quickly.
yeah, make athletics checks for me.
Okay.
Four centaurs.
I do not have the belt on. I have some eggy dice, yes?
You do, yeah. Do you want me to re-roll that first? I've still got 3 uses of lucky.
Yes, please.
Re-roll.
'Cause that's fairly low.
3 uses of lucky.
Oh, okay, that's... So 13. So that means I have a 13. I'm going to use one of these eggy die. That's a 9, which takes me to a 22. If I'll take that.
And modified 20.
Yeah, so both of you managed to kind of pull yourselves and climb up and over the wall. I think we're past enough to where like you see the kind of barbed wire, you manage to just about avoid it, and you don't kind of cut your
Freedom
hands.
of movement. Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk through what's on your dad, they're going to stab you. But yeah, you manage to like flip over it, you manage to kind of like just lean on it a bit. Won't cause you too much noise on that level.
You get your mattress out, you put it over.
You bed sheet climb up. You kind of both drop down on the other side. You're about like 15 feet from the house itself at this point. You see another guard kind of walking down the side. Followed by a small kind of drifting little auto watch guard or machine guard.
Oh, that really takes you seriously.
What did you
Make
take?
a perception check. Another stealth check for me, sir.
Okay.
What'd you order?
We're invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible rolls for me.
Good grief.
16.
40 again.
16.
Rubbish.
What did you get? You did plus 7, didn't you?
I've got 30 in total.
16. Is that because of the plus 10, yeah?
Yes.
16, 26, and then 7, 29, 39.
Good, right? Perfect. Yeah, this guard and this kind of floating auto watch both, move on past, unaware of your position.
Head up towards the door. I have a plan.
The front door?
Yeah.
Yeah, make your way up the front door.
Blow it up.
I'm gonna.
Tell me that telepathically, I imagine.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 20 chance I can just do this really easily.
Oh,
I'm going to take out my mystery key
Yeah.
and I'm going to try and open the door.
Right?
Is that the random
So,
mystery
because
key?
because I can make one, I can basically make a new one if it doesn't work, is what I tried to do. Oh, that was so close.
Oh, that's
it
not
was
close,
so close, it got 2. So I tried the key in the door.
No effect.
do I have? Hang on. I can't change this roll, can I? I don't have a 1 or a 20.
Can you make it correct?
I mean,
Can you head?
if I have dice, I don't see why not. If I can change someone's dice roll.
Read heads and tails up to me.
It's
Yeah.
not heads and tails I was thinking of, but
Is
I
it like the...
I was thinking of changing fate.
Yeah, it would make me change fate,
Yeah.
but you need a 20 or more.
Inventory. And Cassandra.
Heads or tails might...
Because you
Well,
succeed.
Once per day, you can choose a creature within 120 feet of you that you can see to succeed on a roll, whether that be an attack roll, ability check, or saving
No.
throw.
Yeah, because
Can't see them, neither.
This is
No.
well, no. It's also that it's like this is our way of randomizing if the key works.
Yeah.
It's not
That,
really.
I was thinking like, trying to look away of that.
Yeah, whereas Changebringer is roll 3 d20s at the start of the day. You can replace a creature's roll with one of the
Okay.
So that'd work.
So
If you
that
have
would work.
20.
But duly noted.
I can.
We can just, between us, we can unlock doors.
Okay, so that doesn't work.
Yep.
And then, do you have any suggestions to other doors that we could go through before I attempt to unlock this one? I am probably better.
You know what you probably are.
We could do it together.
Have I seen any other doors that might be useful in
Nothing
this?
really more.
I don't know. Should we try one door? Yeah, why not? That's how one doesn't. Okay, so what's your sleight of hand?
I assume you're in your not juggernaut fucking build.
+5.
No.
You're in the infiltrator one, I assume.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
walked in the
You're not in juggernaut.
Plus what?
+5. I don't actually. I only have half proficiency in it, so I'm not sure
I
if
have
I'm.
13.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to help you.
Oh,
I've
you
only got
don't
half
think you're-
proficient. Unless we use the help action, I guess.
Use the help action.
So,
Look invisible. I was about to point out, but you can't see to
That
help.
is true.
I'm going to make it really
That is
hard
true.
to help you
You
pick a
would
lock.
technically give disadvantage. But
Because
you're
you
both
can't
trying to do what you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah, okay,
The
fair.
person's doing.
We're both invisible.
Yeah.
Did that feel
So
it?
how are you going to see me to help me
They're gonna assist,
pick
like,
the lock?
yeah.
You can keep an eye
I
out.
could listen to it.
You could, but also part of what playing the lock is kind of listening to it, so you both be headbutting each other. There's nothing you can do that provide extra
In
assistance.
that case, I will stay on lookout.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay, I rolled a 6. Oh, it's not very good.
Modded
I'm using
20.
the dice. Let's see, I want this to go well. Because that's a 9. That's 2 out of 9s I rolled in the die. So on those, that makes a 15. Plus my sleight of hand is 13. 28. And I'm going to add +7 to this.
35.
35?
35.
With little difficulty, you just slide in with lockpicks and begin just pick away the lock. You feel like this should be a difficult lock to pick, but you're like, you know, you're in the zone, you're focused, feels easy, and you just click.
There you go.
Perfect timing there.
That seemed too easy.
Don't jinx it.
After you.
I'll check for traps and
Make an investigation.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Can I assist with this?
You can also make a check to look as well.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's better if you make a look to check because you both can't help each
Investigation.
other.
I have fairly high investigation. Advantage.
12.
16, 13, 20,
Oh.
29.
You both lock. No tripwires, no pressure plates.
I feel like
You can see
25
the front door.
skill check.
Okay.
You slowly push it open.
Yep.
Stick my nose and see if there's anyone. Like, can I hear anyone on the other side of the door before we go in?
Make a perception check. Well, yeah, make a perception check.
Is there anyone? Wait, is there anyone looking at the door?
Not in a minute, but you know, the longer you take, the higher chance someone's going to turn around.
Yeah, so we've got to communicate and go quickly.
18, so that is a 24.
Right, you listen. Don't have anybody.
Doesn't sound like there's anyone on the other side.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out. Are there any guard patterns that you've seen of when people look at the door? So asking these folks.
Not in the time it's taken them to go over that.
I've not seen anyone look at the door so far.
I just think, because I've got true sight, I can see them.
Yeah.
Can I see anyone approaching them?
No, because it's like walls. You can see over there because they're like, there's like the three guards, the front, like the porch, and the front door, and the rest of the kind of wall, like a few trees in the garden.
Okay, let's go.
3.
The guard starts walking around the corner.
Freeze.
Wait.
Goes back on.
3, 2,
The guard walks around.
3, 2, 1, go.
Shuts up. You gonna be quick?
Yeah.
I need stealth checks.
Yeah. Okay.
You kind of quickly run in, close the door behind you.
Come on, they'll get above 30.
I think that's good. Isn't Iggy's like plus 18 or something at
Not
the
18.
start? 17?
Please help me with the maths.
It
It is
is 18 plus 23, so it's 38.
41.
41.
Which one?
Come on.
I'm sorry.
20, 32, 42.
He's in the next camp.
You both just slide in, like you were never there. You just phase the door, and you enter the main, reception room. And it's very large, old converted house, guys. You see several, metal trees along this main entryway. A metal kind of floor with this lovely kind of orange carpet over the top. A main living room ahead of you. And this huge kind of spiraling staircase that leads up and also down. Several kind of rooms coming off. And you see these small bridges on the top. One kind of quickly lowers. You watch as the kind of walks over it and just have a look at the floor below to get across, and it lifts back up on the other side. You then swear you hear like a wall move, like you're right, and you see like this kind of wall panel pulls up and a door frames there, as like two servants kind of come out. They kind of like pull a lever next to it, and then the door kind of goes back down, and you see into place like gorgeous like sculpted kind of carving on the wall, like just an image of the city.
This is like one of those children's fun fairs. Other than I think it might get us killed.
I don't
So,
know, I've only been to
unfun
one of
fair.
them.
Have you ever been in a house that moves before?
Yes.
Yeah, a telepathic one. Anyone have an experience with a house that moves?
Then we have one that grew words.
Baba Yaga.
Who?
Do you want a story of Baba Yaga?
Oh, this one.
Oh no, that was something else. Sorry, you went there for that.
Not in this one.
What? Is there no myth about a witch's house on Chicken Legs then?
There's famously one witch with a chicken leg house, and she's not from here.
I spoke to her, that's why.
Yeah.
But yes.
Sadness.
At least not one like any of you know until I come off the plot line. Where's the house of lights? We're gonna talk about that.
Okay, so
Might
we
be probably
need to...
We upgrade the manor.
the mech.
the manor mech.
The mech lifts the manor.
We need to find some documents in a moving house.
Where would your uncle keep the things most precious to him, the most vital to his power?
Probably close to himself.
Check under his bed.
I'll give it a go.
Either way, we should find places to hide.
Oh, emergency places. Okay. Yeah, let's look around for places in this area that we could quickly hide.
It's like, you know, underneath a table, you can see. That's where we're going to be a type of stuff. You probably cut down with a straw to get underneath the table. There's like, next to these like metal trees that he's got in the lobby. Probably get like, you know, behind one of them. Maybe.
Okay.
Polymorph,
So, I assume, Matthew, I assume all the furniture in the layout is for a centaur,
Yeah.
because he is a centaur.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn to Ed and be like, I'm gonna be back. Can you come with me? Need to go and buy something that's probably gonna cost a lot of money. Might as well do something while we're there.
That makes sense.
I'll keep you posted if anything changes.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives plausible deniability.
I mean, that's the reason why Selvan had you talking to all those people. But he's sneaky, so it should be in here.
Has the activity of the gods changed? Okay.
What are you two doing?
You have my support.
I didn't realise it.
Snake
Yeah, that's all.
decked out one.
I mean, it's like 8 o'clock at night. Your shop's probably closed.
Oh.
Do we need that late?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do business 24/7.
No.
Society these days.
One with a good work-life balance.
Tradable fish and chips.
Someone wants to see if we can find a vault. But I don't know how I'm going to do that. Got to walk around the manor, but there's all types of hidden doors and stuff.
Yeah.
We need Harris here to look in people's heads. Harris, can you look in people's heads from a distance? Without being able to see them?
No. I have to see them.
Thank you.
Old-fashioned way, one room at a time.
I suppose it's going to be a long night. Let's get going.
Check behind paintings.
I will. That's what my parents had some.
Wedding car. Could potentially get away if my house to see inside. What would that have to go for? Like the fake and project things. Can. Not here though.
No. If it was sentence rules.
So let's just check the first room to our left.
Yep, just gonna start. I'm gonna pull out a notebook and just start noting
Yeah.
what rooms look like and how they connect to each other.
Okay.
To see if they can map up any gaps in the construction of the house where hidden rooms might be.
So make your way to your left, and you kind of watch as these two servants kind of walk that direction as well. And you kind of step to this main chamber into this large kind of like dining area. 2 rooms. You see the first room you see is a large dining room, very nice, very large wooden table, variations of styles and sizes of chairs, and there's kind of a huge kind of metal chandelier. You see a door connecting to probably getting like a kitchen maybe, and then a door outside to a porch like the left side of the house. You also do see, you kind of approach this room, kind of go through this corridor, another kind of room next to it behind that, a closed door.
So I would like to look for hidden doors or things.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
I think I might be able to. You got advantage already?
I do. I got a 20, so that would be in total. Investigation. Where is it? I'm sorry.
What's the range? Oh, you've left down, you know what?
33.
It's sight.
Yeah, never mind. 33?
Yeah.
You have a little lock. You think, yeah, and you look at it, has not in the first, when you notice, oh, hang on, that's like a weirdly shaped wall panel. You
Okay.
see a faint seam next to it, and you're guessing there's probably some form of switch or button to move this panel.
Mhm.
This panel's kind of like, as you come in, so say you come in this way, you've got the dining room there, the window for the outside area there, other door there, a kind of second room there. That panel has kind of got a corridor there, but next to the wall where the corridor is.
Okay.
So kind of next to the corridor you're coming from.
I will point out to you that I think there's a thing there. And then I guess I'm going to start looking around to see if I can find a lever or anything.
Yeah, so with that investigation check, yeah, you do come across this kind of very small, little, not like lever, like a little candle on
Yes.
the wall. You think that could probably be pulled or twisted or pushed.
Please check the doors to see if anyone's coming.
What's your perception?
My perception is +8 with advantage.
You are a lot better at listening than me. Mine's a +6 straight.
But I'm busy pulling the thing. So. I want you to do something.
My stuff will be when we come across people.
Yeah. Yes. So I can't talk to people at all.
Mod at 20.
You kind of keep an eye out. There's just everyone's kind of walked up that corridor, past the door.
I didn't hear anything past the secret door.
Not really, no, it's too. No, you think it's like there's something behind it, the nail is too thick.
Oh, let's go then.
Yeah, you kind of give it to us. It kind of pulls back, lifts up, and what you see on the other side is basically some like storage cupboard. A bunch of like cleaning supplies, a bit of like dry food kept in here as well. A few boxes and crates of grain, maybe some wine as well.
Okay.
Anything valuable?
Unless you want to have a quick rummage, nothing at first glance.
So I was going to say, I'm going to check inside here to just see if there's another hidden door in here. Please close the door on the outside and then I'll let you know to pull it. He's going to head into
I'll slip out and I'll close the panel again.
Close behind you. It's pitch black darkness, but you've got.
I've got the goals of night ground.
There we go.
I'm going to find a regular place to hide as well, just in case.
Stay under the table.
And then I'm going to look through here to see if there's anything
Yeah,
hidden.
make an investigation check.
That is 30.
Then you look around. Just boxes, supplies, brushes.
Okay. I'll let Igneous know to have me back in. Doesn't look like it's a corridor in a corridor in a corridor. Not that paranoid.
If I open the panel, I'll listen to see if there's anyone coming.
Good. Because as you listen, you see that door open again. The two servants start walking towards where the lever is, or the candelabra is.
Oh shoot.
They are talking a mundane conversation about cleaning and stuff. And they go in.
I'll warn Selvan that they're coming,
Yeah.
so give them a chance to hide.
Turn the lever, kind of opens again. They kind of walk in, just having in mind for the conversation about just the day-to-day life. They put these like mop buckets down, a brush down, and turn, start walking back out, and then close behind them.
Yep.
And they both go and sit at the table, and they take out a small little packed lunch.
So someone's now
I
stuck.
rolled a natural one. If someone takes a break.
So I'm just between their knees.
No, so they kind of like walk past you into like where the dining room is. But like the dining room's there and the corridor's like there.
Oh no, but Iggy's hiding under the table.
Oh, you were Oh, okay. And yeah, you're on the table beneath there.
Igneous, what is going on?
They're having a snack.
Should we jump them?
I'd rather not.
Okay. I guess we'll just wait.
No, our invisibility will fade.
You're about, let's say, 5 minutes into it at this point.
Yeah. I don't think I can do much from inside here. Apart from make a pot fall over. But it's a very thick door.
How are you guys doing in there?
I'm stuck in a broom cupboard.
Ooh.
A hidden broom cupboard.
Is that visual only?
Do you
Because
need
someone's
a
having
distra-
lunch.
Do you need a
Oh.
distraction?
Not at the moment. I think Igneous is thinking of something. But give us a
I
moment.
can't make a smell.
Or prestidigitation.
I have my illusion of prestidigitation.
Oh, okay.
He'll break it in the.
Huh?
It will.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
Hope you're prepared to do stealth missions soon.
My whole character concept next campaign is to sneak into places, get information. That's one of the things my character is meant to be good at. We hope. We hope.
But you design the character and what they end up rolling is often a different thing.
That's a
right?
10, and he'll have massive bonuses to stealth.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for Ignia. I don't even know where the exit is to this button. I haven't found it. Like, I would have seen them push it, unless they left it open.
No, you didn't see it open it.
No, there's no open.
Well,
on this side.
because they close it from the outside.
Yeah, there might not be an entrance this side.
I want my juice to.
Yeah.
It's not very helpful. What do you do? Oh, that's really not very helpful. It's not a human. Let me just check my backpack because I have an idea.
Blow your hands up. I've got a big bomb on me. That'll get me out of the room.
Yeah, it also will
You're in
just.
the roof, right?
Oh.
There's a stain on the wall.
As a stain.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't get the documents because you'd blow up the documents as well.
I wish I
You could do that if you wanted, but I think I would use the wish for something different.
I think if Clara had the movies, most
Okay,
likely would
I think
do
I have
that
an idea.
right now and say, I've got the
I'm gonna run it past Sullivan
Yeah.
before I do it.
Okay.
I've got a figurine of wondrous power in my pocket.
What shape is it?
White raven. You can ask it to fly around the room and make them chase it out. That would give us an opportunity.
We would be alerting people, but better than sitting here. Let's go for it.
So I'm going to.
What is it, a ring?
A small silver
It
raven.
starts carring. I'm not gonna do it. There we
That's
go.
pretty good.
And they go, what? How did this? And they start like flying around the room. And just kind of chase it down. They kind of like fly out and start chasing it behind it for like a minute or so probably before they doors lights open.
Hop out.
Lights back down.
Let's go look somewhere else quickly.
I will say in the telepathic bond, if I were to offer advice of where to look, it would probably be deeper within the manor.
Yeah. I just found a hidden door and checked the first one I saw. It was a cupboard.
That can stick around for up to 12 hours, by the way.
Okay.
You
So,
might never get that back. Okay.
it's been in my pocket doing nothing for about 3 years.
Oh, okay. Let's go check a different room. Where do you want to go?
Either high up or low down.
Any stairs going down?
Yeah, you saw in like the main chamber. The stairs are going to go up and down.
Let's go down.
Yeah. So you go back yourselves and you watch as those two kind of stairs are kind of chasing this kind of flying raven around. And they're kind of throwing kind of things out, trying to hit out the sky. And then you eventually see as one of the guards, this kind of guard walks in. And goes, what's going on? Kind of pointing this. Hey, this thing is flying around. And he just pulls like a small gun and just basically goes to shoot it.
Just have an AC.
Zoom. Probably didn't hits it, and he what's he going to turns back to like silver, and boom, 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 hits the ground. He just walks up and just pockets it. And then he'll go back to work, and he goes back to like guarding wherever he was guarding.
When all this is yours, I would like that back. But for now, it doesn't matter.
Not bad. That god is eating that bird.
It's not a real bird.
He doesn't know that, does he?
Yeah,
Does it turn into a statue?
Turn into a figurine.
Oh, figurine.
That's not as guys.
Yeah.
Not very.
I was gonna say he didn't look particularly perturbed that a not bird was here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's really some weird robots.
oh, that's a good point actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's head downstairs.
I just make your way down this spiraling staircase. When you get to the bottom, you see this kind of metal gated kind of mesh door at the bottom.
Has it got lock?
No. No handle either.
Hmm.
Look around, tricks, traps.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not very hard. 8 and a 1.
Don't worry, you'll turn that 8 into a 30.
I'm gonna probably use a plus 7 on this.
19.
21 plus 7, 28.
28, you lock. There's no like lever, there's no lock, there's no handle. But you do see it doesn't want to be connected by like this kind of not chains but like track next to it. There's probably some like button lever somewhere to pull or push to open this door. But you look around like the stairwell, you don't see one in the stairwell.
It's in a different part of the manor. That's frustrating. Does the chain or track follow anywhere?
Just up on the ceiling then. The other side now.
How big's the mesh? Is it tiny mesh or is it big?
No, it's like, you know, a few inches between each bit.
Like on the other side of the wall. A few rounds.
Can you stick your hand through?
I could try and enchant them, the chains, and ask them to raise boys without tripping me up on the stairs.
Interesting.
Remember, casting a spell gets rid of invisibility.
Yes.
Animating your objects. I suppose we'd give it a go. Are these? They look like normal chains.
No, they're not necessarily chains. They're like a little like mechanical track thing. Like when you activate it, it kind of pulls up
Okay.
and goes up and over.
Does it look like something I'd be able to cast a spell on?
Let's try.
You still got the dagger on you, right?
Yeah, I do.
So I
I could.
can stun myself if it falls.
Yeah. Okay. Give it a go.
I'm gonna cast animate object on the gate and the chains, and anything else that looks part of the mechanism.
Sorry that you folks aren't doing much.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Alright. So you cast on them, and they kind of, you know, faintly animate. But you watch as the metal kind of warps a little bit as it does.
I'll try and open the gate.
They try and move, but they can't.
Okay.
And you play through whatever mechanism it was on, it's damaged now.
The mechanism is damaged.
As they kind of animate, they kind of like gain like a form. You kind of like the track kind of shifts and bends a little bit in the process.
Can you shift it to make an opening?
That's mending.
No, as in so we can see through it.
You can see through like the.
Yeah.
You already see through like the little gate in front of you.
What can we see?
Just like into another like corridor.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't make anything. Think up. It's like a doorway, probably just opposite.
I can teleport us through there. I'd lose my invisibility on. No, I've got vortex wall.
Ah, sweet. Does that make a noise?
Typically, yeah.
Let's see. It is verbal and somatic, so I would have to say something to do it.
So it's a verbal. So Dimension Door is a verbal spell. It doesn't say that it makes a noise, but we've always argued it as it does a flash. And
Yeah,
now
it
we've
is.
done it as making a noise as well.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Most spells have a small noise associated with them, the casting, but unless it's audible, it's not typically audible unless you're kind of like next to it.
Okay.
I mean, the door's broken, so we could go through and they can't follow us.
Well, that's the theory.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. spell. Fourth, yeah. I will cast Vortex Walk on myself.
Yeah.
Alright, can I? No, I'll cast it in music levels. I'll lose my invisibility.
Mhm.
I'll Vortex Walk through.
Yeah.
Anything happen once I'm through there?
You used to appear on the other side of the gated door.
I will cast it again for Iggy.
What,
You should move and willingly fail the save.
Yeah.
As I say, if you used to fail.
I was going to say, what is your sneak bonus?
My stealth is plus 13.
Okay, so we're both the same. It's just we're thinking, do we need that rolling advantage?
Oh, what, the plus 10?
No.
No, not the plus 10. The invisibility gives you advantage.
No, I probably don't. Okay, so Vortex Walk us through.
Yep.
And then start exploring this area.
Okay. So you see a locked door in front of you.
Key!
Go for it.
18.
Oh.
No.
No.
Try and unpick the lock.
Make a thieves skill check for me.
Okay. Oh, it's these tools. I forgot that's these tools.
Use now your proficiency.
That's plus 18. 2,
Do you want to
20.
lucky?
20, and then I'm going to add an Iggy die. 22. Oh, I'm going to add 7 to that. 29.
Easy enough. You pick where the lock and the door pops open.
What's that?
2 more easy then.
2 more. Okay.
I have all 10 for the day, so.
Did you take mine away?
No, not yet. It's there.
Okay. Oh, right. What's on the other side of the door?
So you see a long corridor with several doors on either side that leads about maybe 60 feet down to this kind of open chamber, which you can see another big door opposite.
What does this look like? Like, I have no idea what.
Is it giving vault or is it giving prison?
Probably not the same thing.
Prison for objects, prison for items. Check for traps.
Maybe let's use check for it.
Okay. 12.
I will also check.
I haven't rolled today, let's say.
25.
25. You look, and in the corridor, basically, all you can see is the floor of the corridor you're in, with the 4 rooms, sorry, outside. There are no traps, no pressure plates, no hanging alarms, no like loose floor tiling. There's nothing that would consider a trap.
Okay. I'm going to go for the big door. Do you want to check the other ones?
I'm going to stick my head in some of the side doors.
Yeah. So you make your way through, and as you're kind of poking the head into these rooms, you enter this much larger kind of chamber with this big kind of circular looking door with like the symbol of whatever his, Tristan Trog's insignia would be.
Yeah.
And in front of that you see this kind of pedestal with this kind of round disc on top. Half it seems to be filled with this like copper kind of like half shape. It looks like there's a spot on top where you could fit another thing that would like basically be a key, and the two things would connect together. That kind of makes sense. It's like a pedestal.
So yeah.
On top is like a dial, but like half it's already like permanently like filled in. It looks to be an empty space where you could put something else that would basically complete the shape, the circle.
Right.
And you see kind of on the floor there are several small kind of like spinning like dials basically around it. On the side of this pedestal there's a little lever with a little arrow that points to 3 different, like number 1, number 2, number 3, and each of these dials has a 1, a 2 and a 3 kind of just carved onto it.
Sounds like a Minecraft combination lock.
So we have like no idea what this is. Any ideas, Ignis?
Nominate your uncle, make him unlock it for us.
Well, Iggy, as you're looking into these rooms, they're all kind of locked, but you can like pick your eye through the keyhole, and you see like one of them seems to be filled with, old trinkets, old kind of like unappraised, kind of kept in boxes. One on the other side, directly next to that one, so behind where you are, that's just empty, because you haven't there. Then you've got another one which isn't locked, looks to be some form of like little office, a little appraiser's office, a little desk with like a few appraisal tools, a ledger on the table, and opposite that one again is another room.
Oh yeah, it's on.
Can you roll me a D100 Salman?
Can do.
37.
Thank you. 37, you got on it. Let me just find another D10 on my gun as well. I'm going to see one of these. That is 5? Is that 5?
That's 5.
I don't get to know what that was for. Cool.
Not yet.
It could be a good thing.
Tell
Five
me those
beholders
empty
on
rooms.
stilts.
There's 2 empty.
It could be.
Empty rooms are incredibly
You,
suspicious in a
I
place
mean,
such as
you
this.
could give hope before you
Yeah.
snatch it away.
So the door in front of me
Uh-huh.
is closed.
Yes.
The big door. There's
The
no
big door.
keyhole.
No keyhole.
And I'm presuming this thing in front of me is the opening mechanism.
You can assume so, yes.
Wish I had fabricate prepared, because then I'd try and fabricate the other half of this key thing. But I don't.
Not for 8 hours.
What? No. May come back. Weird. I'm gonna try and. What the hell does this thing do? So it looks like it's got something to put in it,
Mhm.
but it's not there at the moment.
Mhm.
Do you think I should hook it? I really would like to hook it.
Make me a intelligence check. So
Okay. Roll a 13. My intelligence is 4, so
A
20.
billion.
exactly enough. So you kind of recall back and you think, weird disc, what could this be? And you recall, in like your past as a child, seeing your uncle with this kind of like medallion that's the same size and shape as what would fit into the top of this.
Okay, thank you. Igneous, I remembered. He's got a necklace on that we need to put in here. I don't want to traipse up and down the stairs. It looks like we're going to have to. But before I do that, I want to check the empty rooms to see if there's any secret doors.
Go for it. So both of them are locked if they open them.
Okay.
You've got a key.
No, I'm not using it on that. 5% chance that it works. 12 plus.
13.
No, it's with thieves' tools. I forgot it's higher actually. It's 18, so 30.
Yeah, you pick them up, open them up. And the first one you see is looks to be some form of empty office.
Okay.
Nothing really in here, just an old empty desk. Kind of look through the desk.
Yep.
Like in a-
I just want to check around for hidden doors.
Yeah, you look around and you make a location check for me.
I would like to check the documents in both of the offices to see if there's anything important.
219 is pretty good.
Okay.
I think that's 24.
32?
You look around? Don't see any levers, hidden doors, secret buttons, anything like that.
23 is
23. Yeah, so you look through, and you're looking at this like ledger, and yeah, you're flicking through it. Most of it's just like rich people stuff, artwork, gold stuff, etc. You're flicking all the way through the book, and what you do see is at the very one of the pages, like the ledger kind of like started again. But you notice that there's like a page written like after that says, or would say, vault content, and then there's an arrow to the next pages.
Yeah.
And it's kind of got a date marked, for like, a couple of years ago. Probably about like, 15-ish years ago. And it does have like an old faded message which would say, code delivered to the master.
Oh, maybe if we find it, we've got to work out the code. Oh. Okay. Other door, try to unlock it.
Yeah.
I'm rolling really well today. And including I've got the high skills, so.
You just jinx yourself, Bob.
Huh?
You just jinx yourself.
30, no.
Plus 18, 35.
Oh yeah, yeah, thank you, sorry.
And the other
25 to unlock the
Oh.
other office.
Open it up, and this is an empty
You
room.
just like.
And then I'm going to check this one. So the doors as well.
Go for it.
Perception.
I think I.
Oh, investigation, isn't it? 21.
And yeah, you said that
You
got
look
that.
around and you do notice, like in the ceiling, there's this random metal grid.
I didn't want 21 or 18.
You can't see any way of opening it here, but in the other room, when you had a look around before, you did find this strange, like,
I get whatever.
unnaturally placed, like, bolt on the table. And you think you put it together, you probably push that, maybe that'll open.
I'll ask Ignis to go and push the thing.
Press it, the brick kind of like twists open. You see like a small ladder kind of drops down.
I'll go first.
I despise ladders.
Climb up.
And I'll just
Wonder
kinda,
why.
like,
Yeah, make it, and you see like another kind of like metal grate on top of you.
can I listen through it?
Make a perception check for me.
Are we inside the like? The like?
In the walls.
Are we in the walls of the thing?
The goddamn walls.
How does the
As
sound
you
work like
listen,
that?
you can't hear.
Very difficult.
What do you see, Ignis?
What do I see?
No, did you open the grate? Because you listen for a
Just a
bit.
normal size
Well, if
one
it's
for
a
like
grate,
people
I
on
see
the.
It's like a solid
It's
metal.
like-
Well, more like a metal cup, sorry. Come on, come on.
Okay. Just kind of like squeak it up a touch.
Just try.
Well,
You strain with all your might to lift this metal grate, and you look to be in some form of like wall, like box compartment. Like you just see like it's dark, we've got dark, so you just see like metal air duct basically.
let Sylvan know.
And you watch as you see like one of these like up ahead of you just drops down.
Oh heck. I think this is the maintenance shaft for all of those trick walls.
So if we go inside here, we're likely to be scratched and die.
Probably.
Let's not go through here. Unless we really need to.
You don't know that.
I am gonna stick my head like climb up
Yeah,
through,
no, it's
see
far
that and
away.
see what is actually up there. Having figured that
Yeah,
out.
but
I will.
You won't be able to get
I have my hands on Ignis's legs just in case they need someone to quickly pull them.
Well, they've gone like quite high up,
Oh, okay.
past like where you hold them.
Yeah.
So you climb in, and you kind of move over to where this is, and you look, and you see that like it looks to be some form of that moved or some form of like heavy looking like lift. After adjusting and lifted, something up. And you see there's a small, very very small, very like barely noticeable, like kind of like gap where you can see down. You know what looks to be some form of like downstairs kind of study. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Yeah.
I've got a couple flashes left, but I need to save them. I think you
Does you want to see the creature?
Yes. You can't see anything.
Because they're kind of like gone.
Okay.
Oh, you.
Good to know. They've been doing it on themselves.
Oh, I can do it on my. I've been using it for myself.
Yeah.
Is it a spell or a magical effect?
I'll check.
Uh,
I'll check
nope.
what it says.
It is.
Falling.
No, it
Creature you
is.
can see.
It's not getting
Mechanical.
squished by a wall. 17.
Your pot rogue, it's fine.
17.
So you watch the thing quick starts bringing back up, and you just get back, and just kind of skims the edge of your head as it.
Nope. I'm gonna head back down. Very last resort. Did I notice anything in this movie?
You couldn't really see. You could just see basically between like the panels, like a few bookshelves and like a few kind of chairs, but you couldn't make out any details or anything that was in there.
From the outside, can I see any changes to guards and how they're
No,
behaving?
it's not being.
No.
You just see like one guy patrolling outside,
Okay.
but the ones outside there, you don't really see them.
Do I, looking at the lights in the manor, have I seen any change in sort of?
Yeah, you probably would have seen like one or two lights come on and off. Some upstairs, some downstairs, mostly going off.
Okay.
Probably one goes on like the right side.
Nothing to indicate that the manor's suddenly gone on like a high alert
Yeah.
status.
Head back through. I think I'm gonna have to teleport us back through the
I
wall.
can de-doors.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
Save you, otherwise you'll run out of spells.
Yeah, I don't have any spell slots.
So I'll de-door us to the other side of the gate.
And then head up into
One
the
moment.
east wing.
One moment.
Okay.
So I would like to cast mending on the tracks that we damaged earlier.
Yeah, you can. Then I'm back to you.
Good idea.
Leave no trace. Well, except the unlocked vault doors, but someone might have just thought they were being killed.
I didn't lock them again, did I?
Yep.
which the doors downstairs. Yeah. Well, hopefully no one's gonna come down here this time of night.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the dagger to invisible myself.
Yeah.
Because I would like the advantage.
Like an
I'm gonna
We don't need it, but
I'm gonna stay on cast without trace.
yes.
Um,
I'm just been rolling well.
no, it's fine.
If I make your way to like the east upper
Yeah,
wall.
that's where Harris told us they
Yeah.
were first of all. So I'm gonna go there first, and then if we can't find them, then I'll check with Harris.
Yeah. So you make your way up the stairs. And you kind of enter like the second floor of the house. And make a generic, just a general stealth check.
So I have no more rolling advantage. That's a 2.
Lucky.
Okay, thank you. Make a good team. That's a 20. That's a 2 with an extra number on it. I knew my luck was going to run out eventually. I've been rolling really well.
39.
89.
Oh, sorry.
That's 20. You're good. Yeah. So both of you with stealth make your way up this kind of spiraling flight of stairs in the second nearest manner. And you begin making your way to like the east wing where Harris said each level. At Harris pointed probably further near the back of the house as well. So you make your way up and you go past, a series of rooms, all seem fairly quiet. 1 or 2 guards kind of do patrolling, but you've got good enough stealth so you can like slip back. A few of them kind of split up, heading like these kind of smaller side chambers and lift up a doorway, heading like what looks to be a makeshift armory hidden behind the door. We see this one kind of very large looking kind of mechanical construct, like a cannon arm and a blade, like a spinning saw arm. Just in like a power down mode, just standing there. A few guards kind of like, having some evening meal and evening rations. They kind of clustered up behind them. You see several alarm bells though, kind of pointed in certain parts of the building that you're noticing. One like the main corridor, one by the stairs. You then watch as another guy walks down, probably a servant or a butler, on the other side of the mannequin, push a button. This kind of bridge comes down, but kind of goes off and then right, so up and left, and then goes to this kind of weird secret part. Heads through there. When it comes back, maybe a few minutes later, with like a small barrel of like some form of liquid. Heads to the western part of the manor. You continue, take a few more steps where you see there is a weirdly like a metal shutter where there should be like a doorway. You like look around for a few minutes and see there's a little lever there. Kind of give it a pull and it kind of opens up to a main passageway that leads into like the part of this house, part of this wing. You make your way and you see again a few rooms. You see 2 on your right, and you also see 1 on your left, and like a corner with a room like where the top of the corridor will be.
Are there any traditional house layouts for an ASON?
I don't know. Maybe not in this house. This is a moving house. Is that a thing?
Not really, no.
No. Not that I know of. And even if there was, I couldn't quite remember it. I kind of saw my own house and then lived in orphanages.
Makes sense.
Do these have keyholes?
They do, yes.
Start poking eyes through keyholes?
Yeah, so you look through one, and as you look through it, you see like, there's no room here. It's just a door and an empty space. And you watch as you see like lifting from beneath it, this room appears. It's like some form of little office room. You see a small halfling kind of working away, writing a few things, kind of stands up, picks up his coat, and puts it on and starts walking towards the door, kind of grabs a few things.
Is it the guy from earlier?
Yeah, okay.
We need to hide.
Scooch, hide around the corner.
Let's not just one.
Yep.
That doesn't count because it's not used, does it?
No.
No. 12.
31.
35.
We have kind of jump around the corner, this halfling kind of steps out, walks over and knocks on the door opposite. Opens up to see a gnome on the other side. I'm heading out. Are you going to be finished soon? Oh yes, just send the last of the things to the vault. Oh, I'll check tomorrow, it's fine. I'm sure nothing will happen. I need to check the maintenance shaft as well, but I'll do all that tomorrow. Let's leave. It's been a long day. I start basically walking out.
The guy that said that he was sending stuff to the vault, gonna check his room.
Yeah, you make way. So, as he steps out, you push the button and closes the door behind him. You make your way to that door. Door's locked.
There's no button on this side.
No button. The button is like, it's like a key in it. So you kind of, it'd be more like you put a key in it, turn it down, push the button. But as he takes the key out, he kind of walks.
Pass the key.
Nope.
Doesn't do it.
It's so useful, that thing.
When it works.
Do you want me to try?
Maybe check the other rooms, and if there's nothing
Yeah.
else, it seems like that room would have a lot of good information.
Yeah, okay. So have a look at some of the other rooms first.
Yeah, so the other two that you see here, or the other one that you see here, on this wall, you kind of, again, poke your head nose near the keyhole. And looks to be just some form of like little break room. You know, a desk, little kind of cantina area. And then the one directly ahead of you, on like the corner of this corridor, is like, looks to be some form of guard room, a little guard office. It looks to be a working mercenary or guard in there, just kind of doing paperwork, checking equipment and stuff. And then you see this kind of corridor leading down to another kind of like open chamber, and carries on until the way to the west wing of the house, and then outside, so what you can't see.
Okay. So we haven't found my uncle yet.
No.
I'm curious about where he is.
Or any type of bedroom.
No. It's not too late at night yet. He wouldn't have gone to sleep yet, would he?
It's about like 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
so probably not.
I'll try and unpick this lock then. To the gnome first. That's the one you said. Yeah, this stuff. 13, 23, 31.
31. The lock clicks. You pull open the door,
Yep.
and there is this blank hole where there's also a room.
Yeah.
Push the button.
Is there a button anywhere? Is there a room down below us?
Yeah, so you look down, it looks like a solid surface, but also like something above you as well.
Are there any of these little grates or ventilation shafts in them?
Yeah, there's a small like little like access bit like just below where you are. And probably one just above where you are as well.
Yeah. Do you think it's the upper one or the lower one?
What did it sound like?
You didn't hear it. So the door closed, you push the button.
Please get ready to teleport me out of here if I begin to get squished. I'm going to gently fly down.
I'll travel with you because it's a touch spell.
Oh, it's a touch spell. Okay. Make sure to keep an eye on the exit. I don't want to get squished between two rooms. And I want to go to the lower one first.
Yeah.
And see if I can take off the access hatch.
Yeah, so you make your way down, you see this like bolted into place.
What's it bolted with?
Just screws. Like metal screws.
I'll
Didn't we
take
have
out.
an ultimate solvent in the Dragon Lord?
Yeah, universal solvent.
Yeah.
I'll take out my Smith's tools and just start unscrewing them.
Takes like a little minute or two, but you manage to get all those screws out.
Okay. Can I climb through?
Yeah, you kind of lift up the grate, climb on down.
What room am I in?
You enter, and as you kind of enter into this room, it's kind of dark at first.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're adjust to it, and you see along the walls several of these like mechanical constructs just standing in a very powered off like a mode. Several bladed arms. They look like they're quite slender creatures. About like 8 of them.
Nope. Going back out through.
Do they have
Looks down, looks in the room, slowly floats up.
Stealth check for me.
Yeah.
Do they have like a battery power? How do they recharge?
I'm not
20s.
sticking around. I rolled a 1.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
You rolled-
For how?
Your stuff's pretty good anyway. Have a 10.
Okay. I was fully. I'm so glad that it is. Oh my god, that would have been the end. I would have been a dice.
Yeah, they're all like very kind of like slender limbs, like almost like they're standing on like noodles that have their legs out and then the ball arms they've got.
7. walk around.
33.
They throw you kind of stealthily climb back up. You nearly slip and fall, but the fates are on your side. You catch yourself just right. You lift yourself back up, move the grate back over, and kind of climb up the way.
Do the things back up.
Yeah, and nothing is any the wiser.
Kind of give you a.
I'm going to try and now do the one above us
Yeah.
instead.
So say again, you kind of get undoing the thingies.
I'll make sure that the bolts don't fall.
Okay, there you go. Kind of catch the bolt, and then as you kind of just find a bolt, the
When
quick
you think
come
you're
down,
going to
you
kill
grab it,
someone?
put it next to you, jump up, and you enter into. You have to move a bit of a cop that way.
Yeah.
Enter into this kind of simple effort.
Oh, good.
You look around,
I'm getting
pull out a
tetchy.
few papers, a few documents, that kind of thing.
I'll talk to see if there's anything
Make
interesting.
an investigation check.
That's pretty good.
You'd enjoy it all.
Oh, wait,
I
yes.
don't think so.
Someone's still panicking from earlier. He's taking a moment.
Investigation. That is a 21.
So you look around, you come across, a few different things. Mainly just similar to what you saw before, like invoices, but this was more like mechanical notes. So, new room installations, new guard installations, new kind of like repairs to be done on like the west wing. They would say the bridge to the master's room is faulty and needs urgent repairs before he's aware.
How
all
old is
this-
that invoice?
I feel like a couple of days old. Stuff like that. And there'd also be one, a similar note, the vault code was linked to the master's study. This is from a long time ago, but that's kind of all been stable in the front of the book.
Can I look through them and see if I can gather from all of the repairs and the invoices how many rooms are in this mansion that we have not been to?
Oh, physical rooms. You're about 10. Ones that can move, you're being counted. 12, 13, 14, maybe extra. And there's like even parts where it says some rooms can combine to make a different type of room. There's probably like
Read that up
20 rooms that can just be pointed at different places in the manor. Not all permanently in place, plus maybe like 15 to 20 rooms in the manor in general. So probably like 40-ish rooms.
Anything that particularly catch my eye, like
There's the
safe storage.
no, that's mostly in the vault, and there's not really much. That's kind of all kept down. You saw a bit earlier in the vaulted area. But there is the they probably call them like the what would you call them? I never came up with a name for them. The new guards that you were in the room with all powered down.
Yeah.
And they're slender kind of bladed arms.
Ultrabots.
Yeah, I know that. That's probably quite a new installation. Apart from that, I mean, most of it it's like there's a good chunk between when each room is installed. It takes a lot of like work and time and way to do it. That's pretty much all you kind of tried.
I'll pass what I've learned on to Sylvan.
Okay, you said something about the vault code was linked to the master's study, something?
The Volco was delivered to the master study.
Delivered to the master's study. And the bridge to his room is broken.
It's faulty.
Is what? Faulty. Is his room and his study at different rooms? Okay, just.
Was there a date on the delivery of the password?
This was like 15 odd years ago. Let's kind of like kept near the top just in case it's like, this definitely knows a bit more about it, so it's kind of like a similar file.
Are there any buttons or levers in here?
Yeah, there's loads.
Oh dear. Because I'm wondering if one of them is for the vault downstairs.
None of them are labeled. I said it's like 10 buttons.
And none of them are labelled. Do any of them look more pushed than others?
They're all like metal and all polished, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not going to push random buttons. Actually, someone is
Natural
vaguely
one.
impulsive. If I roll a 1, I'm going to push a random button. I rolled a 7, that was so. I thought that was a 1 then. Because Salvan is quite an impulsive person.
You just got ego.
But he cares a lot about this, so. Okay, let's head back out.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Replace the grate.
Replace the grate.
It takes 2 minutes to kind of hold the grate in place while someone screws. But you replace the grate, do you put the carpet back?
Yeah. How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Mending? No.
Really?
So the fabric. No.
Anything that's sticky that we can just poke through and
Let's
pull.
move the carpet.
Like a hook.
Just put the carpet back.
Yeah, but they're like beneath.
I've got a climbing hook. I'll just.
Yeah, that works. It's kind of
Okay.
across.
Yeah.
You talking about the carpet rails?
like a broken carpet. But you put it all back in, drop down, climb back into the main part of the room.
Do we want to head to the other office, or do we think they would have redundant information?
I couldn't get an idea of what that guy's job was. Let's check it out.
Okay. Someone's getting bored. He's never snuck into a place with so many rooms with nothing in them before. In his mindset. Okay, just a house.
I'll tell you, there was a time where diligence saved someone's life, you know? Something like this.
Okay, I shall be diligent.
Locked rooms in burning houses. Anyway.
Is that maybe a story for another time?
Yes.
Okay. Head through. I need to unpick the lock on the other side of the wall.
Yep.
That's a 1.
Do you want it to be not a 1?
I don't know what the consequences are of failing to pick this lock.
Are you picking it with the mystery key?
No, I didn't try the mystery key. But I said I was picking the lock, so that's what I'm doing.
I can give you a 7.
Let's have a 7. Just, I don't know what the consequences are of a 1 are. 18... 25.
25. You pick away the lock, it opens up, you can pull open the door. And again, you see, 4 potential rooms that could fit here.
There's 4 this time?
Yeah.
Oh.
One on the bottom, one on the above, one to the left, one to the right.
You pick, Iggy.
What's the right?
That's right, you kind of climb. You actually
I'm not going to guide my choices.
don't see any can access great to this room.
No, okay, because it's not the top bottom. Okay, let's check the top and bottom ones.
Look at the top, you can climb up. What's on the bottom first? What do you want to do?
Bottom because no carpet.
I'm
And
just
then
gonna-
I'm only going to put my head through just
Big
because
head.
of automatons.
And you see another one of these rooms filled with another 8 of those kind of long, bladed, light-armed machines.
Do you want to look at the death pods?
No.
Put the thing back down.
Careful.
Just let a hand check for me.
Yeah, okay. 20.
Okay. Place it down.
Yep.
Do I notice any difference outside?
Conspicuous dice rolling. Top one?
Open it up, look in. And this time you see a bathroom, essentially. A very nice, shower, simple toilet, sink.
You're
Okay.
always in the shower.
Okay, so we can't get to the other office. That's fine.
What does your centaur shower look like?
It's not a human shower. Like a staff shower.
I imagine Centaur showers would be like walk-in.
It's just a trough.
It's just a trough.
Wet
All
rooms.
showers are walk-in. Yeah, wet rooms though.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave this area. Put the carpet back down, the grappling hook, do the things back up, go through, close the doors.
As you close the door, you swear you hear movement from the room below. Like just a ticking, like a metallic step.
I think we're on a time limit. Down the end of the west corridor, I'm going to ask Harris, could you please update me on a location of my uncle?
Your DC
Sorry,
is
bro.
25 at this point. Used it quite a few times today.
Yeah.
I could use a source of points to roll that. Natural 20.
Hey.
So they
27.
are probably they're still the very centre of the house on the second floor.
You hear that? Central house, second floor.
You kind of
Anything outside look like, or does it look like like with the pattern of the lights in the house that
Um,
have changed, or
no, it's the lights the same. Probably the light you were looking at, that light went off. Probably as you see two figures kind of walking out.
Okay.
You make your way down this corridor.
Yeah.
And like this kind of round chamber. You look to your left, and this is quite a nice decorated room. So you look to your right, and the first thing you see is a seating area, a few trees, a few kind of gold sculptures, and an office door, like a large kind of metal door. And when you look to your left, you see like a metal railing, and then a hole which leads into like just darkness. And then across you see kind of just this room built with like a set of curtains, like kind of a curved balcony. Looks like a curved banister. Nope, curved like curved balcony. I think right that. Like around the balcony, kind of metal grates around, metal railing around that with like 2 points where some liquid meat, and you see a lever on your side and the other side. But both of them have like a little keyhole on it. And then you do see standing kind of by that lever, one of them kind of long-armed creature you saw in the room, to kind of his head turning.
That looks like where we need to go. And the bridge is broken. So we fly across. However, automaton? Any suggestions?
Be very, very small.
Do you need a stealth check with both of you?
Yep. Okay. I'm just terrified of rolling a 1 again. Do you roll a 1? No.
35.
35.
No, 31.
31. So you're both kind of like, watching from a distance, staying behind the corner. And you see 2 normal human guards kind of walking down the other side. And kind of look at the thing. And they're kind of talking to themselves quietly, but you basically hear, like, I can't believe they got one of them things posted on our watch tonight. And they're going to replace us all with them. Which don't be ridiculous, and we're going to replace us all with machines. I don't know about that. I don't trust it. I say we're pushing it over the edge, but not pushing it over the edge.
Is he?
Kind of like just walks up towards it. Kind of just looks at it.
Can I?
If you got a thing.
I'm round the corner. I've got minor illusion. You can do sounds with minor illusion.
You can?
Remember, you are invisible.
No.
Oh.
I am.
Oh, you
I
are?
am,
Sorry,
yeah,
yes.
Just gonna duck around the corner and just peek out and go. Who would ever know?
Make me a persuasion check.
There's like a little voice in his head or something.
Yes, exactly.
That's terrible.
Make an insight check for him.
Whoa, that's a good roll. Rebecca Kaplan.
I make that 36.
He like looks through the person. They're just kind of shaking their head and rolling their eyes. Kind of shrugs. He gives it like a shove.
Oh.
So he shoves it. You hear like a scraping of metal. This thing's like very like bladed length and slide back. It doesn't go over the edge. And you just see like a quick slice.
Am I able to, whatever that check was, make it succeed?
Which one? It was 2 checks.
The save from the potion, yes.
Do you want the coin or the blue dice to succeed?
Okay.
Because you're changing fate. I think that you don't know what fate you're changing, you're just changing the fate of the situation. Because I'll tell you now, one rolled a 4, one rolled a 3.
I would like the coin to fail.
Okay. It is the exact same outcome.
Ah!
The thing kind of startles back and you see a quick slash and you just see the body slide in half. And the dog goes, what the what? She kind of begins running over towards where you two are. It's running down the road. Yeah, you kind of just jump back around the corner. She has to bang on that door, like you saw where the office was. And then open the door and goes, probably dwarven thing. He goes, oh, what's the racket I'm about to leave? But that machine just killed Harry. They kind of look down. Oh, that's not meant to do that. This wouldn't be very good if that news got out. He kind of walks over to it. Kind of looks at things. Things just standing there, kind of steps back.
This is a good memory to be taken out by Harris to be used for evidence later. Us watching this.
Kind of walks over towards the office door. Knocks. You see Zabon for the first time. A centaur opens the door.
Yes!
Wearing casual clothing, casual evening clothing.
Yeah.
But around their neck, this necklace with a half symbol. They kind of been speaking. Lord Thrungit, sir, one of the new auto watch just, kind of points. That is not what it is meant to do. Do we know why? Sir, he tried to push it off the edge. He was just concerned that it was going to take his job. It took more than his job, it seems. Dispose of it and clean my floors. He steps back in the room and closes the door. Yes, get rid of the body. But where? Just push it down the edge. No one will ever find it. And go and get Sam to clean up. Don't just stay with the rest of the night and he walks back to his office.
Whilst he's out of his office, I'm just gonna mentally whisper to Selman. How good are you at picking pockets?
I am very good. It's how I used to eat. Oh, I can totally swap someone's necklace. I've done that before in Old Fancy Ladies.
All fancy ladies and now pretentious uncles.
And then the other guy, she kind of walks over and just pushes the body over the balcony.
Holy fuck.
He'd find 7 to clean this. She kind of very intimidated, just kind of steps back.
Will you have a chance to try and swap the necklace whilst he's out of the office?
If he steps out, it's better if he's talking to someone or there's a distraction.
He just was, so I had done that whilst he was
That's
talking.
cool.
Oh,
I just didn't want to interrupt.
I don't think I have a chance to do that because I'm not invisible. So there's no way I can get close to him, no matter how good my
It's
sneak
also a
is.
very brief conversation.
Yeah. So what I'm essentially thinking is, this seems like an office area. I think he's in his study. What we do is we wait for him to finish his work for the evening, and then as he comes out the door, try and arrange something or swap something. Do you have a necklace on you? Wait.
I've got my amulet. Oh, actually,
I've got an amulet of I've got a necklace of Paracat Paracat of Health on me, which I always wear.
got my amulet of proof against detection and location on me.
You got something else. You got the chain and the ring as well.
I do have the chain that the ring was on.
You do. This is quite like a weighty, like
Yeah.
half. Like it's probably about like the size, like, probably that wide and that long. It's pretty big.
What, the thing that he's
Yeah.
wearing?
So I've seen the amulet.
You have.
How hard would it be for me to try and make something here that looks like it?
I mean, you're pretty good at making things, but do you have like the equipment and the time and the
So I've got
volume to do
a
it?
little bit of raw resources, and I've got like tools, and I've got a tiny anvil from the. I've got a tiny anvil from the whatchamacallit?
The forge.
Yeah, the hidden forge.
You do. Yeah.
So potentially,
It would be noisy
It
still.
would be noisy as fuck.
Do you
yeah.
have the silence spell?
I don't have the silence spell, but I do have. Do I have it prepared? Oh, let's see.
Not prepared, and I'm not in there.
I don't know.
Just think ahead.
The Morningtimes Mansion one.
Can't say so. I don't
Yeah.
think it makes the area silent.
It makes sound not. I don't have it prepared anyway. I think I can have silence, but I don't have it prepared.
Hang on, because that's made me think of something. I just want to check.
Where are you two hiding? You like? Have you hidden into that? Like slip into that?
I have no idea.
I think we were slipped into a side room.
Like the room, not the where the lost room, like kind of like dark a bit.
Most
Yeah,
people
yeah,
use the
okay.
kind of
Just to not be. Not
Yeah, because
be-
you know that there's probably a clean, to clean up with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially speak with animals.
Lehman's tiny.
Have you got your 7 bottle?
Oh, I can forgot to mention one fucking crucial bit of information.
Oh, okay.
In all of the
Don't
notes
have
they
the
found
same
earlier on,
prepared.
Yeah.
um,
Oh, it's
there
like
are in
okay.
one of the books, which is why I mentioned the books of what it was. It mentions the Red Lich.
Heavy.
Oh,
At the diary entry, and it's basically about how your uncle and the assistant have tried to locate the Lich's lair, but they can't seem to find it again. Like no magic will reveal its location.
The agents.
And the only time they've seen it is when the Lich would have come to your uncle and took him there to basically discuss their plan.
It's an Erwin style thing.
yeah.
No.
What else can't be found by magic?
Oh my
The
god.
hidden sanctum.
Yes.
Is this lich in the hidden sanctum?
It might be.
Look on Matt's face, yes.
Oh my.
We can sacrifice him for the thing!
You have to summon the lich.
Just nick his phylactery!
We do know his name, so we can try the gate spell.
That's if the hidden sanctuary is on a separate plane.
Well, we can be on a different plane.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you folks. I'll tell you folks this over the telepathic bond, so you folks can start scheming. I don't know.
We did mention that your uncle had been there to reply several times.
Oh my god.
But like since like, you know, for a long time he's been able to get back in touch with him.
Lehman's tiny hut, it doesn't say anything about sound travelling through or sound not travelling through.
So.
It would sound to us.
Okay, because we use it as her hiding spot.
Yeah. You can like do a little
When-
dull.
Yeah.
Do we need him
When
alive?
we did that, I cast stuff on it around it to make him sound
Yeah, you
better
did,
as well.
yeah.
I did the private center.
No, I mean, yeah, but like,
You can just like.
he can be a vegetable, right? Okay.
So I can't. I've only had to have it.
I'll be back.
Useful on me.
So it's really noisy.
I think believe it, I don't know how much you'll fucking miss mentioning that before.
It's fine.
I was
You've
just
got
like, I forgot something. Oh,
And I'm already choking.
the biggest fucking reveal this arc.
The hidden sanctum is
Yeah.
associated with.
That's
Wrong
a
game.
fine way to kill it all.
Quite convenient that we gave you then.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
you're
quite
fine.
a heavy thing,
I
right?
have. Oh. I have a small silver spiral charm on me.
What is it?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it
It's I'm suspicious though.
from Vesha?
I don't think so, but it's at the end of the list that the Queen gave me, and it's after the note for the child, comma G.
I'm not going to remind you what that is because that's very important.
I can't remember what it is.
Is it the one she's supposed to look for?
Could be. It's my notes. Is it your notes?
I have no idea what this is. So I've got some 300 GP diamonds on.
I tend to show it to
Yeah.
someone who's keeper.
I get the very strong feeling that that's important, so I'm not going to give that. Just because it's the end of the gift, the birth gift, so I'm just like, never mind.
Oh! As in the things you got for Hawthorne?
Yeah.
Oh, that's some cactus.
Oh. It feels important.
Yeah. That was the, yeah.
Sigils.
I'm gonna try and attach one of the diamonds that I have just
Yeah.
to a chain,
You can do that.
so it's like relatively heavy. It's not gonna hold up to prolonged inspection.
Oh, but an initial. Yeah.
Yeah, the next time, hopefully next time he goes to check. And then, do we knock on the door? How do we? So
Can I peek through the keyhole to see if the room is even still there?
Yeah, you can look at it. It's still there.
Oh.
Maybe snap check one. Just so you go toward it. There is that golem thing. Yeah, 20 feet away from where it is.
that's what this is. Good stuff.
You make way up, you look through. Yeah, he's still there. He's still there. He's working behind the desk. It looks like he's finishing up there. Probably in a few minutes he's gonna just he's kind of putting things away, back on shelves and stuff.
Oh, I'll pass the info over.
Okay, so how are we going to do this? What you could do perhaps is stand in front of him, invisible, and he'd bump into you, and I'd use that bump to steal something. We need to have him slightly distracted. Is the best way for me to be able to take this off his neck.
Good mind illusion again.
What would you do?
Something floating in front of him.
A physical object works the best. Maybe we could put a box in front of the door or something. Looks like it's been left there. Some cleaning supplies, perhaps.
Do you have any on you?
I don't know if I've cleaned. Someone has a lot of stuff on it. I don't think I have
Also
cleaning
have a lot of
supplies.
stuff.
Again, looking at the manner, any change in behaviour?
Not really. Probably no, not really. No, just the patrol continues.
Got tinderbox. Got
The guard
foreskin.
might swap out, and the shoe on the guard might have swapped with someone else. Well, apart from that,
I'm
no
on a
change.
crowbar.
When a guard leaves his post, where does he go? Does he go into the
Go
manor?
to the main door into the manor. Yeah.
Okay.
Got some javelins.
Got a bedroll. I could pull an animal out of the bag of tricks.
I mean, that's gonna confuse him
Did you see
as to
moose?
why it's here and alert him. But that's probably the best thing we have. There have been some odd things going on this evening. I can't think of anything else.
So,
Unless you can try and socially engineer a situation. Like you try and get someone to talk to someone else.
I'm not sure I've quite got the social depth.
Okay.
Deftness for that. These are mostly small things, so I think I'll tangle with a rusty bag of tricks rather than the grey bag of tricks. A D8.
Are they friendly to you and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would pull out the elk.
Well, I'm just worried about the lion and the brown bear.
It's like Jumanji.
I've got the dagger on me still.
Invisible
Just make
there.
myself invisible.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Now, if you do that, you lose concentration on yourself and other thing.
I
Yeah.
don't think it actually works like that. But I'll check.
Because you're casting the spell.
So
It's a really weird. It's a class feature. It's really weird.
It basically imbues an item with the spell.
So I'm going to go round, like we're still out the way at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, you've probably gone back to it. We can sneak back right next towards the.
Yeah.
There's like probably a small seating area next to the which you can never drop.
Don't
by.
forget there's an
If the
automaton
spell-
that's guarding
Yeah, I
you.
need to.
Yes, this is when I'm going to get it to run and just be confusing and in the way, and it'll get dealt with and give someone a chance. This is why I'm not the one doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
If the
So-
spell requires concentration, the creature must concentrate.
So I'm just gonna go. Shh. Yes, I have a rat. Perfect.
Yeah, it just scurries out.
Oh, hang on. I think I have speak with animals.
It's like, please kill me.
Hang on, spells, because I'm attuned to the startle woodlands. Speak with animals. Is it
A
community?
horse is scared of rats.
Sound like music.
Horses are scared of everything.
I know elephants are scared of mice,
Are they though?
It is not concentration.
I don't know about that one.
but they're not.
Horses are generally jittery.
Yeah.
They are. He is a conscious being, though.
So, does it follow your
Yeah.
orders? Okay, do you need me to speak to it?
Should be good.
Okay. I mean, if 5 minutes goes past without this happening, so I'm going to cast speak with animals and chat to it.
Yeah.
Cast a spell.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hello there, dear tiny friend.
Hey, what can I do for you? He's an Italian rat. Italian rat. I don't know why.
In that room.
It was having this on Christopher Walken. I'm glad I went with this.
Are you sure?
No.
My uncle in that room is a total the end.
Yeah, mine goes the same.
Um,
Ate my favourite apple core.
I hate it when people steal my food.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Kill him.
I'm going to take something from his neck and swap
His
it out.
head, yeah. You lawful evil attract.
If you could distract him while I do
It's
that,
the most
that would be
evil
wonderful.
rat ever.
Yeah.
He'll come out of that door shortly, I presume.
Okay.
Make him jump.
Well, I'm gonna push him off the edge of that.
If you can do that, give it a go.
No.
Maybe
Money
climb up his
attacks.
leg or something.
That works.
Basically, just try and
Pick one of four.
Okay. Scurries towards the door. And in 5 seconds, within 5 minutes, the door opens.
Was that literally 5?
Yeah.
Oh my
4 minutes and 46 seconds.
Oh my god.
The door opened and he starts kind of, hooving his way towards the bridge. The rat just kind of scurries. Yeah. Fuck you, bitch.
You're gonna
Jumps.
Okay, I'm now invisible.
And it jumps up, kind of like bites at one of his legs. Why is there a rat?
Yeah.
Steps. onto the rat. How much is your unarmed, your hooves damage?
My hoof is a D6 plus my strength.
Just. Right, this is squish.
Splat.
During this, I'm going to attempt to
Go for it.
swap his necklace.
Make a sleight of hand check with advantage. Because, you know, he's confused by the attack.
10.
Have a 17.
Are you sure? Because I have a high sleight of hand.
Do you feel like you need it?
No.
Okay, then I will not give you a 17.
23. So 23, and I'm going to add an Iggy base to this. 23, 24, 25. And then I'm okay with 25, yeah.
So he kind of like he's being bitten by the strat. He goes, what is, and lifts up his hoof. And as he goes to step and rear back, you kind of like get behind him and like follow the motion and kind of just somehow pull the thing sided off and then replace it. And he steps back down. The bulk of the weight doesn't distribute because it kind of lifts back up and drops back down. He goes, them, and he starts walking towards the bridge. Places like a little key, turns it, pulls the lever. The bridge kind of half raises, kind of gets stuck, slowly finishes raising, and he just carries on walking across the bridge.
So did they say the code to the safe is in his room?
In his office.
So we need to go. I'm the only one invisible. I follow him across.
Well, we don't know that that's his office.
No, he was then looked like not having road ahead.
Oh, so
Yeah.
the code to the thing is in his. They're not saying his study. Hang on, let's see. Oh my goodness.
You sorted that?
Yes.
For exactly this scenario.
Yeah.
Hmm?
But I haven't organised them because we're playing. Oh, sorry you folks aren't doing much. Are you having fun?
No, this is great.
Okay. The rat is dead.
I expected that.
Oh,
from
is
the-
it?
Oh, the rat survived the stamp.
Is that his death saves? No?
Probably it's that.
Aww.
I rolled 217, 2 3s, and a natural one.
Well, his existence was short and Italian.
He just kind of sees a summon.
Short and Italian.
I don't know why he said that.
Some Warcraft level shit there.
Code delivered to the master.
Okay, so I'm going to follow him through. Do you want, if you want to check the room he just came out of,
The office.
I'm going to follow him across the bridge.
Actually, you can make it across the bridge. They give you 2 to the office. And it's locked.
Just trying to pick
Go for it.
Whammies. After whammy. Let me check. So I do have proficiency
Let me
with
start
these.
checking.
I do have proficiency with these tools. You also have regular magic.
Oh, thank
You
you.
can use that instead of the EV dice that you use.
I'll do that at some point.
This one will stay in normal.
Okay. There we go. 13.
Oh, it's skill side actions. Oh my.
Thank you. 13.
26.
Thank you. You were so much quicker at maths than me. 26. 36, sorry.
Bridge gate.
14 currently.
Yeah. Been trying to improve it by playing some like games that involve maths, but I'm just.
I'll use my last one. Much better. 18, 28.
You pick the door. Door opens up, you slide inside. Close behind you. You begin following him and begins walking across this bridge. Finally gets to the other side, kind of turns, you know, puts like a key into the thing, turns it, pulls the lever, and the bridge starts slowly retracting back.
Is it a specific key or the same key?
It is this like the same key you used before, but then kind of pops it.
I'm gonna lock him in his room. Take his key.
And kind of walks into the room. After a long day, kind of goes to a desk and sits back down, opens a book, starts kind of having a little read of the book.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna
Investigation check the office.
start trying to search around his room whilst he's there. Oh.
Plus 2 as well.
I'm gonna start searching around his room while he's in there, which is gonna be quite hard, I imagine.
Make a disadvantaged investigation check.
Yeah. Okay. I usually roll at advantage with the strength.
Sure.
Yeah. I rolled a natural 20.
I'm going to replace it with a 17.
Okay.
I don't get the benefit of the +2 from that, do I?
Never replace it.
Yeah. So, 17.
Wow. Well, thank you for lending me your dice tray. I left my home today.
For 20.
Yeah.
So you begin, searching this room, Sabon. Having to be as quiet and as careful as you can. So you've been looking at all, the classic hiding spaces. He is completely unaware of your existence. He's just focused on his book. But after a lot of digging and looking, you do come across a few little bits, further incriminating evidence. Specifically bits that link back to a journal of him linking back to, this is where you discovered the Lich. How, he met with the Lich. The Lich found him after years of trying to, get rid of you. The Lich and him, met, or the Lich brought him to his lair. And they had frequent visits discussing what they were going to do and how they were going to set up a trap for you and your travelling companions, the whole creation of the quest that led you all there. But since it failed, he's had no contact with the Lich, Esteban, and he's tried to search, use magic and spells, but no wizard, no explorer adventurer able to find where this Lich's lair is. But apart from that, you come across, a few small notes of business dealings, but most of that's, just closing or signing of contracts and stuff, no real gossip details that all kept locked away in a safe or in his office. And you probably do come across, an old family, phantom family kind of pictures of, Selban when he was young with, the entire family outside the circus.
He has that photo.
That photo there,
A bastard. Absolute bastard. The day that he killed his brother.
You kicked the elephant.
Yeah. Okay, so I will take the incriminating evidence, and then I'm going to try and pick his pocket to take his key ring off him. Take his keys.
Sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Either way you're searching, you go as fast as you can. You're right, where would this be? So you look in an old ledger, you find that in the date, you match the dates to when Vol was living all that to the date of the ledger. He just filed things quite well. So you filed on one of the shelves a series of old letters that he's kept, and you begin looking through them. And after a little while, you do find one, which is his receipt of purchase and the note you imagine was his note sent it to him. How the vault works, the store where he's been able to put the second half of the medallion in. It opens up, and it says, with the new mechanism, there's the new code, and the code is 740. And I explained how the back switch, you just put the name in, the little switch which bring you on, and you can turn the top bit to those numbers.
So I used a +7 on it, so I got 29.
You just reach in, gently pull it out, and move away.
And I'm going to leave.
Yeah, you move back. The bridge is closed.
So is there a door?
Well, there's kind of not really, no, there's kind of glass windows, a glass kind of shutter. But there's curtains all around which still can open. He's kind of just reading his book.
Okay, so he's not got any keys.
What? It's like the fucking prison room
Does
from X-Men
Yeah.
and Magneto.
Yeah.
Does he have?
But you need to have curtains in the bridge.
Does he have? Is there a set of spare keys in here? Am I searching?
No, in the one.
I'm just going to fly away, float off into distance.
He is still invisible.
How are you flying?
So my armor is enchanted with wing boots.
Oh yeah, yes it is.
Which we roleplay as little thrusters.
Yeah, stealth mode thrust.
You find that special place.
Drifting.
You'll fly away
across.
with wings.
So I think I've got him stuck. I come up to you, meet you outside the door.
I've got the vault code.
I have his
Let's go.
door keys. I've got his keys. And I also have some more evidence.
In the explanation of the vault, I don't suppose it shows how to raise the gate.
Which game?
The vault gate.
Yeah, no, so there is. So it would probably there would be. It's just a hidden, very very small, hidden little step. The step itself has a little keyhole. And it's you have to slide certain things across and fit a key in. That is one of the key things that as well.
Okay, let's go back down there then.
Yeah, make one more big old stealth check for me.
Yeah.
As you make your way through.
You're not invisible, are you?
I'm not, no.
No, I can give you a +7 making you different.
Lovely.
I've
I've
got
also,
one left.
I can also inspire myself, which I will do.
How are you two doing?
That's cocked.
I've gotten his keys, got him trapped in his room, and have stolen his amulet without him noticing. I'm now heading back down to the vault. I found more incriminating evidence, and evidence he's a bastard. He has an army of deathlots.
We already know who's a bastard, so man.
36.
Oh, thank you, Anne. 41.
You both just, with a great stealth and speed, make your way back to these steps, and you just go all the way down. You see the little latch kind of fill the key in, turn it, the grate opens up. A bit rickety, it's not fully fixed, but it's mostly back in place. Kind of dug your head under and move down towards the vault. To enter the main vault room, you have like the second part of this key medallion. Place it on top, and you feel like it sinks in, you hear a click.
I'll talk him through how the vault works.
I'm going to say you do it because I got this bit. You
Sure.
go for it.
I'll
Yep.
put in the code.
Okay, so you rotate it, what's the code?
740.
Yeah, you twist the first number, go to 7, move the little arrow down, go to 4, down, go to 0. As it hits 0, you hear another click, and you see as the kind of whole pedestal kind of turns a little bit. And you watch as several like a large bulky being pulled from the side of this heavy vault door as it kind of parts and opens upwards. And on the side you see gold statues, piles of coins, sculptures, artworks, fancy cutlery, gold chalices, a large chandelier, an old broken robot. At the very far back you see this kind of locked safe.
That's what I'm going for.
Yep.
Try to unlock it.
Yeah,
Because that's got to be important. A safe, even a
tools?
safe.
yeah, go for it.
You've got all of the keys.
Oh, is it a key?
There's a key on it, yeah.
Oh, I'll use the keys?
Start going through
Sorry,
the keys.
I thought it was like a turny safe.
There's a key.
That's what Shakespeare was trying to mystery thing.
Yes!
Time
Yes!
again.
Selman will go, this is my stuff. And then see if Fate says it is. No, it's not. Fate does not say it's not.
You try it, you kind of go through all the keys, open it, and as you open up the vault, yes, it is right in the safe. It is a safe filled with deeds, receipts of company purchase, ledgers, just everything you can think of, and there are stacks of it in here.
Bag holding.
Throw it all in.
Igneous, I'm going to do something which might sound a little bit strange. I'm going to return the other stuff that I've stolen from him and lock the gate. We were never here, we never committed any crimes, and if he tries to say that I have this, he has to admit that he's stolen it from me. This will be difficult, however. Gonna close the gate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say I'm not stealing anything from this vault.
And Iggy just nods, but there's just a look of disappointment.
Lock.
Not in Selvan, just.
Oh, hang on. Do I put a note in there? Do I put something in there?
We
No.
were
No, we were never here. Okay. Close it.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah.
Close the safe up.
Yeah.
Go back through.
I'm going to repair all of the damage that I noticed. Just
Yeah.
Are you gonna give him his necklace back?
I'm gonna try and give him his necklace back and give him back his keys.
Okay.
Maybe just leave them lying on it instead.
If he's got a necklace. Oh, so we've not stolen anything. But he'll be suspicious. Yeah. Okay. I could just.
Can you imagine getting caught at this point?
Yeah. So what I could do is I could go back to his.
Leave them in his office.
Leave him on his desk.
Leave him in his office.
Yeah, but he still has to replace the thing now.
He's still stuck in his room, though, isn't he?
He's still stuck in his room, which will cause a commotion. But then we haven't stolen anything. I'm just trying to. I want him to never know.
Are we hearing this telepathic one?
Yeah, in the telepathic one. I'm asking. Calvin's asking for advice. Or he's
Put the thing to get into the vault in his office. Put the key on the floor by the bridge.
I could enchant them to float up so that you don't have to go up there.
Replacement.
Why is that?
Because then it looks like he's dropped it.
Okay, he's still got a necklace on that I put on him.
Yeah.
You need to get that off.
Okay, which will be easier than taking than
Then replacing.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
You gonna do it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Where did you say to leave them?
How many of these
But
have you got left?
leave the key
2.
by the bridge.
Oh, 3.
So it looks like
'Cause
when
I
he's
rolled one.
pocketed it
Okay,
again,
so
it
you've
fell
got
out
one.
of his pocket.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. I didn't quite hear because I was talking there. I'll do whatever that was.
Well, you didn't know exactly. Did you think you're on the other side to close the bridge again?
So I have to put the keys on this side.
You have to put the keys on the side of this room as well.
I'll just have to go the full hold. Okay, let's go. Selman can do this. It's personal. Killed his parents. He wants this to be painful for him.
I've got heads left. I've got 3 Iggy
Just
dice.
like
You've got heads.
I've got heads left.
Just like
So you can make
balance
this
it,
decision.
so it's like a solid
Okay.
But you need to be in range.
It's kind of like
So what's the range of heads?
like coming up in one. Like
I mean, where the like the edge of where like you walk onto it.
Yeah.
Is it a straight wall and then his room, or is it like
no,
the
like a little
wall
balcony.
right-
It's like a small balcony.
And is the guardrail
120
on it, is that just is it a solid like sheet or is
No,
it
it's like
And I don't have to be able
individual
to
pillars.
Okay.
Right, so with that, because with bridges and the little balcony around it, because it's a little bars, you don't actually have to go and just don't have to get all the way up, just have to get your hand close to it, just go through and just place it on the floor.
But you still got to get the old necklace back.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back
For
in.
you once again. Make a style check. Get past the.
Yeah.
You are invisible.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good job. 'Cause that's one of those are 1. 9. I actually rolled quite a few ones today. I've rolled a lot of dice though, haven't I? So.
Yep.
Stealth. 22 plus 10, so 32.
Past once again. The robot is unaware.
Land on his balcony.
Better than mine.
He looks to be now kind of begins putting the book down, stretching, checks the time. Because we've got ready, starting to get ready for bed.
He's starting to get ready for bed. Okay, at the moment that he tries to take his like top off or something like that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take off
Do the switcheroo.
do the necklace.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna try and do a switcheroo. I'm gonna leave his necklace on the floor next to him, and I'm gonna take the other necklace off with him. So it might look like he's just pulled it off.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
he kind of he starts begins drawing the curtains at this point. I need a sleight of hand check from you. He kind of kicks off his horseshoes.
It's whole shoes.
Yeah. Taking off that little long cloak robe,
Centaur
but does have a
shoes.
hand ready to grab
So I've
the
got-
necklace.
I'm just gonna roll all 3 of these dice.
Maybe say one?
Okay, so 6. I rolled 6. The Iggy dice are a 2 and
14.
a 14, and my sleight of hand is an 18. No, sleight of hand is a 13, so 27.
So he takes it off. I'm gonna make a perception check.
Yeah.
9. And he watches, he goes to grab it, but he just by chance misses. And you manage to grab hold of the next one. And he goes and looks and he goes, oh, and reaches down and picks up his necklace off the floor and just places it nicely in the corner of the bed. And then can puts on his like
Bastard, I couldn't wait till you're on the bed.
dress, kind of dressing gown, kind of like long bed coat.
Yep.
So let's get ready to hop into bed.
Leave his keys.
Yeah.
In his pocket,
Yeah. Kind of notices, puts them on the side.
and then float back out.
Swift under the thing and just
I'm just on top.
and you buy what they are as well.
I'm just waiting to see if he needs a hand.
Stealth check for the thing.
One final stealth check both of you, because I imagine you're going to make your way to the
Try and
exit
leave.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7,
No, that's how you make babies and balls.
20, 30.
That's it.
Do you need any hands?
22, 32.
Okay.
You both sneak through. You see a few kind of guards walking through, a few kind of staff leaving for the evening. And you get to the main door and just sneak around. Do you go back the same way you came in?
Yeah, because I don't know anywhere else to go.
Make athletics checks for me to try and climb up and over the wall.
This is what I saved that dice. Thank you for telling me to save that dice.
Could you just fly over?
It makes
No, not
not
stealthily
the
here.
sneakiest.
So there are a whole bunch of people watching in this area, but in the other area there was just like one person, so I was quietly drifting. And because there were like sensors looking and stuff.
I'm gonna make a perception check because Iggy's not invisible, so
I'm not, but I am very sneaky.
I am very perceptive.
You want to see if you see them? 10,
That is a 30.
13.
Nope. You
Oh,
don't see me.
wow. How does the
Right, so that's
manor
13.
like look in terms of
And then roll
activity?
this.
It's just same as before, but don't change it over the night.
That's 18. No, so this is athletics. 10, that's 18, and then I'm going to give myself my final plus 7.
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25.
24.
Both of you climb up and over, dodging the barbed wire as you land on the other side, and you just scurry out back to the main road. To where Ed and Harris are.
I'm going to then stand there next to them and become visible and go,
Oh!
That was relatively intense. However, I believe I have found someone who knows the location of the hidden sanctum.
Here's Alba.
My uncle is a total bastard, but I wouldn't mind
We do
maybe expunging his mind.
Hold on. So let's go bit by bit. I assume you were successful.
Oh yeah, I open up the thing and like pull out like
Maybe
deeds and
not
things
something
like
to
that.
do with
Oh.
Yeah, like 500 feet away from the house.
Yeah,
I imagine
walk off.
we see flames rising from the bottom of the city as Motus and Caravan and Avengers Syndicate.
Huh, that's it. The corner city doesn't usually burn.
Should we,
There's not explosives
Yeah.
in. Why is that on fire?
Okay, so you got what you got, but what do you mean that you found someone who may know where the hidden sanctum is?
Well, the implication of the diary notes and journals that I have here is that no one could find the Dreadledge Estepan's hideout location. No one in history. In a very similar manner in which way that the hidden sanctum could not be found. The Lich came to him. So I believe that the Lich is using the hidden sanctum. Wait, that means I've been there.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. Oh, right. Hang on. Did I recognise the area from before?
No, it's different.
Okay, different part of it. Okay.
So the hidden sanctum is a very powerful lich.
He is called a Dreadledge. Maybe that's
Yeah.
something scary.
So he's
Oh, don't
moved
worry.
into the
I
hidden
remember.
sanctum or something like that.
No
Somehow.
problem now.
The lich remembers.
No, I don't remember. On your lair, why is there a hole in the ceiling?
Minion. What has gone on here? Extra-dimensional being called the Watcher just did
I mean,
something.
through the minding to everyone, so that
So,
were they
where did you two go? Because you guys
I
made
want to know what you first have been up to.
Well, hold on. Were we, so when we were talking, were you including them too?
I was in the general mind link.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So,
you two made
updates.
your way to.
so we have a lich to face at the hidden
You
sanctum.
made your way to the airship. Yeah, area.
Yeah.
You're looking to find. I imagine one of the ones that are a partnership between
Two
Renee
partners,
Star and John.
Yeah.
But you got there.
Still Lich.
It's close to the evening. You're like, oh, you know what we're gonna do.
Why is this
It's
place
got
on
a
the
diamond.
on the ground?
Yeah, but I will.
I hate this place. I mean, it's on. If everywhere's shut and it's just like bars and clubs open, be like, do you want to go for a drink? Just go to like probably the nearest place.
Yeah.
So I don't know, probably like a pub. Probably gonna be filled with people at work here. Probably.
You can make like a little, essentially a sailor pub, an airship cruise pub. It's a bit ratty, a lot of drinks flowing. But yeah, you're gonna have an evening of drinking.
Pretty much. Until the party come and find us.
Yeah, you guys?
Where did? Oh no, go for it.
How long was their
Like-
excursion?
An hour and a half.
Yeah, we're doing sneaky stuff.
So, okay. So, hour and a half.
So where did Motos and Caro go?
They wandered off.
Remind me. Are you two dead?
Yes.
Caro's alive, everyone.
We can hear him. It's in the like.
Is Motos dead?
Yes.
Where are you guys? We're done up here.
We're sort of trying to find an airship, but the place was closed.
I would love to buy an airship.
So where did you guys head to?
Maybe tomorrow.
Pop across the road from the airship to the place. Showroom.
Do I? Wait. Are you trying to find a pub that's open and there isn't any?
No, we were trying to find a place to buy an airship and
Oh.
that open. What have you done and what's next?
Well, there is. I think that what I'd like to do is try and get these documents in order and reclaim what is owner's mind and see what the hilarious public fallout from that is. And then, after I do that legally, maybe we kidnap my uncle and use him for the spell?
Okay.
We could
Wait,
do
wait.
it. We could play it so that in his shame he disappeared from public view.
Use him for a spell?
So the spell to find the hidden sanctum requires someone to be there, but it's got a high chance of like messing their mind up. And
Could we just not get the information from his skull and use it ourselves?
no, because of the hidden sanctum's powers. It's basically the one. Was Ben here for that session?
Was it last session?
No.
That's one before.
I think it might be the one might be the one your way. Essentially, Erwin found a mage who made a spell, and that spell requires the mind of someone who's been there.
Oh,
And
I think I
then
remember that. I was there.
watching from a distance. Yeah. So basically saying, let's use my uncle because we don't care about him.
Right, yeah.
I mean, we can do that. Are we doing that tonight?
No, I've done enough tonight. I need to lie down.
I
Does it-
imagine these sorts of
Sam,
things would take
does
some
it need
time
to be-
as well.
Your uncle? Or could it be something like your uncle?
It has to be anyone who has been to the hidden sanctum.
So it can't be a copy of your uncle.
No. But we also know that we need to fight an extremely powerful lich once we get there.
There's always a catch.
Do we have to fight him?
I suppose we could try and chat to him. To be honest, I've never actually inquired as to why we're trying to find this place.
I mean, it seems to me, from what we understand, your uncle's trying to offer him power and influence in Maystone, and now you have that. If the lich is smart, which he should be because he's a fucking lich, he might very quickly switch allegiances.
At the same time, he is an undead,
And
we
he
know-
did murder all of Selvan's friends.
and
I'm
he's
just
in
saying, if we be pragmatic about it, the powerful lich trying to help us fight Calisius.
Just to make sure my wires aren't getting
Yeah.
crossed between different locations that we know. The hidden sanctum is connected to Vesha.
No, the hidden sanctum is like Howland base with lots of powerful things.
Oh,
It was where
right.
like the gods and their armies used their hymns.
Right, okay. Sorry, yeah, I was getting my
I know
wires
where it
It's
crossed.
not the Vesha place where we go to.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's back room in Quincy's. He never lets anyone in there.
But yeah, I don't want to say, well, we may be able to negotiate him, but depending on what happens, he may have already allied himself with Calisius.
You don't know that.
I don't, but it's still a possibility.
And we can find out when we get there.
So, Calisius doesn't automatically have allegiance to undead things?
Liches might be special because they are,
Individuals?
yeah.
I'm up for heading to bed.
Yep.
And then in the morning trying to do some of these documents. What can I do with these documents, man?
Read them?
Okay.
We've got Mordecai and expansion, right? We should probably go in there with all of that stuff so that it
Perfect.
doesn't get reverse.
Stolen.
It doesn't get stolen in.
What do you mean?
So if we go into mansion,
We don't have a
I don't
mansion.
have a mansion. I have a. I don't have a head. I have a.
The private
private sanctum.
Right. So
I've got my mansion.
we can just go to your friend and see what they say.
Yeah, but we'll have to do that in the morning. First later.
Yep.
Sure.
Do we just go to your mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go
Here.
go to long rest.
We'll head back to Southbound Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
You take a long rest. Your evening is uneventful. Nice, well-earned nap for a day of stressful labor.
Not really.
You wake up, oh, it's not it.
a day of something.
Full name, Matthew.
Yeah, a long rest. You awaken the following morning. As you do, notice
Mm-hmm.
you receive a sending. In the early hours of the morning, when you awaken, you hear Mr. Motors upon the hang on, not the hair voice. What's the cardinal's voice?
Oh.
Half
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Motors, upon my most recent check of the child, their condition appears to have worsened. I fear for their health, our magics are failing.
Thanks for the message. I'll try and pull some resources, see what I can find out. Or as good as I can be.
What's the rest you do?
I don't want to tell us what to do anymore. I don't like being the one in charge.
Kidnap your uncle then? And
Breakfast. I'm going to go. I need to open my. So I have on my backstory. I think there's one lord, noble person
Yes.
who likes my antics. I don't have my document open currently. I can get it open then.
I'll find a way.
Okay. So I'm actually going to go there and be like, oh, I've got all these things, and then come back. And my uncle's a
The
bastard.
ground return.
Yeah. I'm invite my friends along as well.
Matthew.
Yes.
Nice not to know for its mechs and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
It's got like.
Does it have like different size mechs?
Yeah.
Does it have a really big
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking
Some
of
big
doing
ones, yeah.
something like that, leaving, putting that family photo and saying would have been great. Yeah. So he just like goes to check it
Have
one
we
day. Just
seen
like,
any like Titan size mech?
Not that big.
I wonder how quickly news of
How
that
big
happening
they
is
can
going
make
to
me.
spread.
well, it depends on how often they go in there to
Lord
check the paperwork.
Seymour
50
Raintooth.
total.
His name is.
Lord Seymour Raintooth.
I believe so.
Whatever I came up with, maybe he's a random name, don't worry. So.
I'll say to say then. I assume the plan is to hand to your lord friend the incriminating evidence and letting him determine the best route to get this information out to where it does the maximum amount of damage to your uncle.
I believe so.
Would you have any idea of the time it would take for everything to sort of really kick off and for things to really sort of affect your uncle to a point where he wants to, let's say, hide away from the public eye for a while?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm not really a politician.
You're about to be.
Oh, I don't want to be a politician. I want to make stuff. People are awkward. Machines follow rules.
So many,
If one of the rules someone pushed it, slice.
so many complex emotions. Why can't you be hungry or dead? It's a reference to a natural wonders.
So do I know where the person lives?
Yeah, you know the house. Probably near to where you live actually.
So-
Same area.
I want to go reiterate back on Selvan's previous goal of try to find allies in the city or get it ready for Callistius. And so what he would like to do is attempt to use the assets that he's got to try and make it into a war asset for us. And so I'm going to go here and try and get advice on how to do that.
Yep. So make your way to this large mansion, similar to yours.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few guards outside you approach. You go, hold, sir, how can we help you?
Oh, it is lovely to see you. I'm here to visit Lord Seymour Raintooth. Here is my pass. I am Lord Selvan Trongia.
Oh, of course, please.
These are my associates.
Pass is just for you, though, unfortunately.
These are tourists.
Oh, you'll have to vacate the property.
Okay.
Just give me a moment. I may be able
I'll
to.
go and buy an airship. Walks away.
Have a nice time. I'll head in.
I think you to make sure you don't set anything on fire.
Knock on the door.
They went when they
Iggy.
went.
Shoot them. But it's
Iggy,
but it's just
I'm going to ask Iggy if she's going to go with Motus to the airships or if she's going to hang out here. I'll take it.
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
ask
stay.
for you folks to be able to come inside.
Yeah, I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
Same.
Big Ray, they kind of
doesn't need the bunnies.
What the people need it from Moses.
they lead you to a little office area. You're kind of waiting for a few minutes when you see Lord Seymour walks out, and he's a centaur as well.
Yeah.
Still looking centaur. So he walks out.
Centaur oligarchy that sits in the east.
There is a small.
Yeah, centaur gang. Greetings, Selvan. It has been a very long while since we have last spoke. How can I be of assistance?
It is. Well, you like being informed of my antics, yes? And the things that
I
get up to.
do.
Well, my new adventuring party, or some members of them, are waiting outside.
Yes.
The guards have not let them in. 'Cause
Yes,
the
a new
previous-
rule we have.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing. I just don't like people.
That is perfectly fine. I won't have them in there. My uncle tried to kill me again.
The most
And,
non-convincing.
Kind of sits down, intrigued.
I've got some evidence this time.
Oh, exciting.
In fact, I've got about 30 or 40
Oh,
documents.
that's a lot of evidence.
Yes.
You should really hand it in to the authorities.
What? You think that would be the way to do it?
Yes, you can then get you. Yes.
Yeah. I've never been one for the rules, you know, so I always come to you for a little bit of advice.
Or go and, I don't know, pay back somehow? I don't know. I don't want to encourage violence, but
Oh no, I want to follow the law, of course.
I'll hand it in to the authorities.
Also, I just wanted some advice from, I suppose,
Does that
one
include the
noble to
FBI?
another. I've recently come across some of my old business assets that I found lying around, and I don't
Right.
often capitalise on them. I just didn't quite know how to go about it.
Well, how many? Yes.
About 40,000.
Hmm?
I feel out of small ledger.
Oh, my.
I think my father left some things in the will, and I was off wandering for a while.
Yes. You should probably hand all that in to someone and.
What is the appropriate authority for this sort of thing?
This. Oh.
Treasury.
I believe this is where I need to hire someone to do the work for me, yes?
Yes, perhaps. Well, I think you should, first of all, hand all this information about your uncle trying to murder you to the local authorities,
That makes sense,
and
yes.
perhaps also tell them that, and then maybe they will send an MAU representative to deal with the rest of it.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Was that an interesting piece of antics?
It was very interesting.
Yes. There is one bigger, but I'll save that for next time.
Okay.
Because I feel as if you're quite shocked.
I am trying to get over that. That is a lot.
I'll give you some gold once I get it, since you've been a great
Yes.
friend.
Oh, you don't have to, but yes, it'd be nice.
Diamonds then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You will spoil me.
Well, toodaloo.
Toodles.
And I walk out.
Just stands there staring blankly. Just doesn't know how to process this.
I leave and walk outside. Well, he wasn't too much help, but recommended I talk to the authorities.
Makes sense. Let's go.
I walk up to a random police officer.
There's,
Unless anyone's going to stop
there's
me.
an auto watch guard that's kind of standing in the corner.
Matthew, is there such things like the FBI?
No,
Ways
well,
of-
not like
no?
that.
Surely instead of a random police officer on the streets, it should be maybe go to a station or
Oh, an official.
yes.
Oh, that would be a good idea,
What
wouldn't
about-
it?
State official.
What about one of
Hold
those
on.
MAU things?
Yes, we need to get in touch with one of them. That's what they mentioned.
Hold on. Your uncle obviously has influence. We should be careful that we're not just handing this information into one of his allies.
We should hand in copies.
That's one way, but
Not
his
a bad
ally,
idea.
but even then, his allies can just bury it.
But the MAU probably works on logic. It's probably not influenced by his
like
uncle.
it's not a good idea to copy it.
To copy it. No, because then there's forgeries. Oh, what do we do? I can give over some of the evidence, which is totally enough incriminating,
Just
then
like
keep some back.
the MAU is probably based on logic. It's probably not going to be.
The
corrupted.
MAU is
Yeah.
several levels above where we're
to
at.
find
We're
them,
not. We're not getting in touch with that.
He could.
Okay, so
The speaking clock don't care.
I will.
It's not about not caring. It's just
Is-
it's based on logic.
Is there a business? Is not. Is there a police station?
Yeah, there's police stations.
I'll walk up to a police station.
Yeah, it's welcome.
Hello.
Greetings. He's like,
Is it a police in the posh area still?
Yeah.
I'd like to report a series of crimes.
Yes, of course. Here, it's a dwarf kind of gives you a piece of paper. Just fill this form in, and someone will be out shortly.
Okay, I'm going to need an extra piece of paper.
Okay. Piece of paper.
Assassination, 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 assassination.
Attempt.
Attempt assassination, and then put like the dates.
Just goes back to like writing all stuff down, reading, sipping his coffee, his morning coffee.
Child endangerment.
Child endangerment.
Child abandonment.
Child
Child
abandonment.
abandonment. Murder.
Theft of inheritance.
Theft.
Fraud.
I kind of want to say that he hasn't stolen it because I've got it. So I won't leave out that he's stolen that stuff from me.
Was there evidence that he murdered your parents?
Yeah, That's what
So-
the murder is.
So yeah, 2 counts of
Two counts of
definite
murder.
Definite murder.
Anything else anyone can think of?
Damage to property.
Damage to property. Motus,
Mental
you're one of
abuse.
Justin Laws.
Okay.
Animal
Can you-
endangerment. You kick the
Animal
animals.
endangerment. Can you think of any crimes my uncle has committed
Allegedly.
against me that aren't on this list?
Gives you every other fucking.
Yeah. Use Motus's paladin knowledge to.
You
list
might
all
need another
crimes.
sheet of paper there.
And then I walk up to the desk.
Hmm?
I apologise for your busy day.
No, it's what?
How's that for Encyclopedia Britannica?
Conspiracy to commit as well. Because-
Here's 2
They're on
dictionaries.
Yeah.
Just one at the moment.
That is perfectly fine.
I need to find my supervisor. It's kind of
Got a whole chain.
That supervisor's gonna find a supervisor.
you hear what? Door opens. What? Was it Ethan Maltese that? Oh,
I'm fine, Matthew, what's it?
as you see,
Handed that pile over.
yeah, pretty much. And there's more senior looking police officer, probably a detective of some sort, walks out. She's got like a black suit on, probably a half elf shoes. Mr. Selvan Thronger?
Yes, Lord Serban Tronga.
Yes, Lord, apologies, Lord. Please do come through with me. I have some questions, if that's okay.
Perfectly fine.
Yes, of course. You can take you back. Like a small, you know.
It'd be like- Yeah, I was about to say.
a little a witness room and sit you down. So, tell me, what's going on?
Well, when I was around 6 years old, my uncle tried to assassinate me.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I've been trying to track down and keep notice of evidence
Mhm.
and things and reasons.
Yes, yes.
And I have collected a mountain of evidence.
Yeah, mountain is the word I would choose.
And I would like to prosecute.
Of course, yes. Well, you have a pretty open and short case. Yep.
Just checking. What are the crimes for this?
I was going to
Oh,
ask.
so many.
What is the punishment? Sorry.
I was gonna
Well,
ask,
it
does
would.
Mason
There
have the
would
death
be
penalty?
a trial, of course. What are you looking at? You know, life imprisonment at least.
No death penalty?
No,
Don't worry, we'll steal them from the prison.
So I've got a plan. Is it within the law to attempt to make a deal with the person at all?
Yes, you can make like a plea deal.
I was just wondering if I could ask for some sort of recompense against him instead of you having to do all this paperwork.
Well, depends on what it is you're doing.
I wish for him to be the target of a spell.
I can't really okay that. Again, you'd have to probably speak with a judge.
I see. Okay.
This will take several days to just process.
That is perfectly fine. Would you like assistance?
No, it's fine. We can handle it.
Of course it is.
15 fucking.
Get everybody in.
15 people stand up after they go over the mountain of evidence. You might also want to do your deed so you've got money.
Have you
Do
ever
my
seen
deeds.
Hot Fuzz?
What do I need to do?
Matthew.
Got to hear
Yeah.
about
Do
it.
you remember the
Yes.
very end when they're
Okay.
all
Oh my
doing the
God,
paperwork?
Yeah.
That's literally what's happening now.
What is that one saying? Also, I have another thing to say. I apologise for your busy day.
Yeah, it's fine.
So when my family was brutally murdered,
Yes.
they left behind the will and testament
Uh-huh.
and such things, and also properties that were in their name,
Some guy
which
at the
rightfully
beach
belong to
with his
me,
kid,
Mhm.
fine,
which I
all
believe my
that.
uncle has tried to seize in somehow.
I-
However, I have all of the deeds here.
Right, there.
I'll hand them something.
Okay. I believe it.
I would like to regain control of my properties.
Yes, if you speak to the NMAU representative, they will be able to give you some paperwork to fill in for this.
Brilliant. Is there someone I could go to just get above the chain so that we don't have to deal with a level of bureaucracy? before
Oh,
that?
someone there will speak to the person on desk, and they will.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. I apologise for your busy day.
No, we will be in touch.
Thank you. Here is my address.
Yes.
If you can't contact me at this address, he thinks for a moment, hands the address from the mansion in Cyrodilia.
Right.
I'm often there, and then if you can't catch that, hands her a sending scroll.
I will be sending some officers to go and apprehend your uncle now.
Oh, I should warn you, he has an army of illegal death bots, or maybe semi-legal.
Well, that wasn't on the list. Yes, I will. We'll go with caution.
Have a nice day, officer.
You too.
As he walks out, I was like, success?
Yes, I believe they're going to arrest him now. Although I fear that they have a very busy day. We need to head to the MAU in order to register my properties.
How long will it take for things to
They said it
happen?
would take several days to just process the paperwork.
Hmm.
However, they're going to arrest him now.
Okay.
Looking at the airships.
Cool.
Which one?
So afterwards head to the MAU. But
As you do it to your local, we'll quickly brief for this. Make your way to your local MAU representative. You hand them the list. They go, huh? You go and pick to someone else, and you have a brief exchange. And a figure comes out, which is someone like higher ranking racial. Mr. Lord Frogger, I believe.
Yes, that is my name.
Yes, I'm so glad you have actually put this to us. This has been in our system as uncleared business assets for several years now. Yes, 1 moment. I have a few bits. I have technically one form for each asset I need you to fill in.
Perfect. I shall be here probably about as long as the police officers that I had to report the theft to.
Yes, of course.
I understand the bureaucracy.
They basically bring out this huge mountain of paperwork. If you could just go through all that, sign it, pass it back, and within a few days, these assets will be back under your control.
Would it be okay if my assistant also helps me sign these?
It has to be you, unfortunately.
And look at the app and pat his head.
Oh, yes, mechanical assistant. Yes, of course, that's fine.
So, me and Dad will both try and sign all of these
It
documents.
turns into a bit like Bruce Almighty being like really quick on a.
Cast haste.
Yeah.
Next minute, you
And
just speed
basically, how this will work is, over the course of the future, your assets will come back to Cellband in all form and ways. So you will get them all from the get go, but it will take some time.
Okay. That's fine.
And the MAU is happy to provide someone to basically help you process and manage all of this in the meantime.
Good, because I was going to call Glee otherwise and give him a headache.
I was thinking of Egley, yeah. Hey Glee, how would you like a promotion? We're going international.
They will basically give you
Oh
someone
God, we are.
who will to keep the day-to-day running of Hollywood, a team of people to
Yeah.
keep the businesses, get them all back on track, find out what's going on with all of them, etc.
Okay.
And then with time,
I can't believe Cellband's like literally employing 20% of Renaissance.
Yeah.
From quantifying the assets and looking at them with them, can I get an estimated
Just
net
realised.
worth
So
of
man's
these
Tony
people?
Stark.
net worth, you've got no idea, but you probably, like they say, probably control about 15% of Renee Storm's businesses, or it's the Copper City's businesses.
Do you own any airship?
Are any of them airship businesses?
There's some airship suppliers, but not
Okay. Yeah.
not the
that's,
actual.
that's perfectly fine. Because that'll be hilarious if they're going to
Yeah.
buy one.
A lot of businesses are kind of like lower end scale, like just general shops, nothing massive and fancy,
No, that makes sense.
which kept it all under the radar. And there's probably some form of tax evasion going on here, but no one asks questions.
Yeah.
So
I mean, to be fair, from their perspective, the person who was committing tax fraud is dead. The person who's now having it is now going to pay tax.
yeah, there we go.
So that's happy.
It'll just mean you'll have to do all the back pay.
Yeah. Oh,
They'll
that
be like, oh, you haven't paid taxes in 30 years. Oh dear.
Yeah, they will basically assign someone, so you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
this whole working. And I will give you a list of things.
Okay, so there's one flaw in the way the Salvan's done this, that we haven't got my uncle to use him for the spell.
We'll break him out of prison.
You can just go down.
That was good.
We might be able to do something like that.
Playing use gate, so oh no, we'll let you rescue him.
Talk to the judge at Istra. Suggest it as an alternative to.
I don't think they're going to be very happy if
Yeah, it's
Don't tell them that you're going to use him for a spell. Maybe say to them,
service.
Community service.
yeah. Maybe
No,
say he's going to be in my employ.
No,
As-
my point is like as soon as you bridge that gap,
Yeah.
then the question comes, well, what exactly are you doing? Because the court's not going to fucking let it off.
No. Yeah. Salvan's tried to play, the way he's done it is tried to play it by the books and by the laws all this way through.
Yeah.
So,
And tap on that, because you were talking about that, we will just say a character. Lawyers can't decide, should you get blood red or dark red?
Blood red.
Just show the stains. So
Exactly true.
for you two make your way to the airship bar, and you find the you've got like the Renaissance airships, but you find like the collaboration. You find a place called Pippin and Ornell's Air Rights, which is this large, flashy building, several airships docked, each of them with both Aberoth powering them as well as steam engines and actual engines and all of that, and they are a combination of giant airships, magical airships, and the steampunky Renaissance style airships. You step in, and the first person you see is probably this small rock gnome. He's kind of got some goggles on, hammering away like an old engine. You this stupid thing. Good morning. Sorry. How can I help you? Pippin, how can I help you?
I'm looking to buy an airship.
Yeah, well, we have plenty.
I guess I don't really know much about them, so could you run me through?
Yeah, well, here at Pippin and Lionels, we do things a bit differently. We combine the technology of the Copper City with the magicness of Janald. My partner, Onel, there they are. And you see walking out this female elven lady, kind of long blonde hair, kind of very blue and white clothing. Oh, greetings all. Good morning. Sorry, I was a bit late this morning, Pippin. It's fine. We've got some customers here looking to acquire an airship.
Yes. We are just basically understanding what can be done with these and the price range.
Well, the price range do vary from size to what you need it for. What are you looking for? What is your size range?
I guess in a sense, man, I'm looking for a fucking galleon in the air.
Yeah. Speaking of ones, the box standard airship. It takes around 10 crew, 20 passengers.
Yeah.
That's your box standard airship. Yes, well, we are typical, our standards classed ships are capable, housing they require about 10 crew minimum to operate, and that is for pulling the sails, preparing the equipment, piloting the ship itself, as well as having space on the below decks for 20 passengers if you wish to transport people. In terms of taking extra crew on, etc. We also have about 1 ton of cargo space
Okay.
for you to use in this. We can increase the capacity, which will of course increase the price, but our going rate is about 20,000 gold for one of these.
Okay.
Sorry, it would be about so it'd be 50,000 gold for just our standard class.
Okay. And do you outfit this with defense and weaponry, something that might be able to take?
We can do. That is an extra pricing. Are you looking for more arcane weaponry or technical weaponry?
Which one would be easier for the group? Probably the arcane weaponry, right?
Probably.
Yeah, then I'd go with the arcane weaponry. Hmm?
Some a little bit of the other, just in case something EMPs and magic.
If it EMPs and magic, that ship's going down.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, I'd go with the magic.
Yes, more magical defenses.
Magical. Limited charge.
Well, we can provide.
That's what I'm gonna ask now.
It's not like 4 miles an hour. It is about 8 miles an hour. I know it because they both so being a bit faster. I think it's about 20 miles an hour is your average speed.
Perfect.
Second we can walk.
Is there anything else that could be added to the ship? Is there anything that could be added to the ship? Perhaps if possible, a teleportation circle.
Yeah, that is indeed possible. It is quite a pricey. So how these work? We kind of use a backdoor form of the spell.
Okay.
You cannot target the circle unless you have a specific item from the circle, which we will create. And you need to replenish this item every 30 days. But yes, we can do that. It is an extra 100,000 to the cost.
Okay. Not bad.
150 plus whatever the defense.
Can I ask, when Moses is okay about the price, does he seem very nonchalant about it?
Yeah.
How do they react to him just being nonchalant?
I think they deal with a lot of these kind of high caliber ships. In terms of your magical offences, we can provide several arcane cannons. Let's say 3 for each side. There'll be 6 in total.
Could I get a 7?
You can if you would like to. They're about 250 GP each.
Okay. Someone needs a calculator.
I'm getting off.
250 each times 7.
175.
and these cannons are fitted with a blast of force energy. They require no reloading and just require one person to operate.
Perfect. Is there anything unique or experimental you've been working on?
Well, we did come up with some form of shielding for the ship, a little shield you can activate. It doesn't really work, we couldn't really sell it to you, but we will keep it in mind to install it in your vessel if you require in the future.
I would be interested.
Pippin also came up with something. Yes, I have come up with a mortar system you can add to your ship. You can fire things at a bigger distance, as well as a bomb bay for any explosives.
I was going to ask about a bomb
We're
bay.
gonna definitely need that.
Even if the bomb bay is just dropping a neck or something.
A bomb bay would cost you about
Just
20,000 gold. It's quite a large structure.
Understandable.
And with that price, we do no less than that. How at the table? Less than that. It would probably cost you about 10,000, we'll say.
Okay. Yeah.
The next awkward part we're going to fucking get to.
And yeah, I know. And would you be the people I speak to about the crew?
We do work with a hiring agency. You can go and we can find people for your crew. Yes.
Perfect. Sounds
We do
great.
take a little bit of a fee for that.
Find us
That's fine. I guess my question is, if I was to pay you the gold, then what is the time frame of it being built?
Well, since you're asking for a too custom one, we're looking at about. I mean, when you got here, we do have one fitted with magical arcane cannons already. Do we have one fitted with a bomb bay? We do, perfect. So it's just the sigil we need. We probably need about a month to get your sigil inscribed. A few days for we can move the cannons to one with the bomb bay.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think about a month for us to imbue the sigil.
Perfect. Then basically what I'm going to do is give them information, because I know, because obviously they're going to take a month to build all that.
Mm-hmm.
Motus thinks that the Empire's going to be kicked out of fucking Vadenheim. So it's like, can you take it to Eagles Rock, like the fucking Cake City, because that actually has a dock. And Motus already has fucking property in that city now. So it's like,
This is going to be the D-Banks of the next campaign, because you're going to own half of everything and you're going to own half of everything else.
I'm going to own some of Vadenheim, you'll own some of Venice. It's going to be called on
Before
you to
my
save
character
the
has
world.
to break into your mansions and steal all the information about you.
Yep.
Maybe stab you in the back.
You don't even know where everyone might end up at the end of this.
I'm talking about my next campaign character.
I know, but still.
Uh,
You might stab yourself in the back.
Might have to.
Although you'd be quite set up, I guess, because
But yeah, no,
you can
anything-
detect magic-y stuff. So
Anything that they could catch my
well, you
interest on
probably
as well,
find that
Matt,
out
for the
and then,
ship.
and then know,
Like
no magic
experimental,
against this guy,
heavy
which is
duty
classic
stuff that
Sydney.
would outfit the airship to make it look or be significantly better.
It's
Like
not
I'm
nice, but,
essentially looking for
who
an aerial
knows how
fucking
hard that
tank.
could be.
I mean, yeah, you can like armor plate it a lot. That's gonna take a lot longer to do it.
That's fine.
It's probably take another month to do to fully cover the thing with like heavy armored plates.
Yeah.
That's gonna probably cost you another 50,000. That's about the same price of the ship.
Okay. That's fine.
Does the airship have things like a sick bay, a galley?
It comes with your standard.
We'll finish
amenities.
it ourselves.
Yeah,
What's the torso and knocking off the
it is so.
Half the airship. Woo!
50,000.
Well, it's your
Yeah,
ship.
it's your ship.
What's it being called?
I don't know. It
what
might
I'm
already
asking.
have a name. It's written on there.
50,000 for the airship.
Huh? Bernard.
Stanley.
So bombs a lot.
The Dragon's Strike.
I'll think of one. It takes me time to know what the names goes.
Yeah.
Mulagist.
What do we do next?
I've I've got to go.
Violet?
I've got to go back to Cyrodiil. I've got to check on this child. I've got an idea. But
Well, we need to have like my uncle to kill the witch,
Mm-hmm.
and like turned it into the corpse.
basically, this shit's gonna. I think.
211,950.
But 211,950. But basically, it looks like most of the stuff that we've set in motion here is not going to happen till after the war anyway. So we've got like 2 or 3 days. We've got like 2 or 3 days before.
We've got to get back for the battle, haven't we?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
So we got like 2 or 3 days before that happens. And I also want to speak to Harness
Okay.
at some point.
Same. I think that.
Because I've got Mithril and Adamantine, and I'm going to be like Fudge Blade.
Yeah. I think we'll both head to the monastery because I want to speak to my brothers as well about Versalium.
We have to basically do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's probably it.
Yeah. The only other thing I want to do in Raystorm is like hire a small
lawyer.
keep to like keep my house in order.
Oh yeah, you have some more stuff. Yeah.
Go back to your friend who's like, who's a good cleaning service who can keep out my house in check?
Yeah. You recommend anyone here?
Yeah.
So where are we going first?
I want to go to Cyrodiil because the kid's getting ill, so I want to go back to that chapel and go back to the cathedral.
Yeah. Are we all going together?
Looks
We'll
like
meet
not.
up again.
Have you told us that that's what we're doing?
Yeah, I think so. I think like after Selwyn's finished, Moses will bring it up.
Then Igneous is definitely going.
Yeah.
All right. Gather round and I'll use the helm of teleportation.
Get
Sweet.
around, young children.
And let's try and teleport us to the cathedral.
Sunbright Cathedral.
Been there quite a lot.
When was that? 2?
20.
20. I think it was.
Some damage coming our way.
Is that what 20 is?
Probably.
You want high on the D100 roll on the teleport.
Oh, okay.
So we are about to take some damage.
We'll be off by like fucking 5 miles or something.
I keep forgetting to ask, would Carousel do anything to this damage?
No, because
It's
it's
not
not
a spell, it's...
It is, but it's also just the wall.
Telefrag damage. Oh, I no longer have that +2 shield of faith. So I guess.
Nope.
Take that off. Okay.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You're just writing down what we've all done here.
That's right.
So, you got a 20. You're familiar with this place that is. What's a mishap?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only 20.
So, you all take a grand total of
And then you need the roll.
14 points of force damage.
Ow. Yeah, it does not die.
Do you have to die?
Hooray!
It does not die.
Good.
21 health.
Really good for me.
44.
You are a bit off target. You appear like, in the grounds of a small temple to Pelor. That's glowing kind of sun painted onto the building itself. But you do return in the early hours of the morning to the city of Cyrodiil. As you bump out of Raystone. What is your plan? So you're arriving in the city.
I'm going to do the Sunbreak.
You go to the Sunbreak
I'm
Cathedral.
going to follow.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
You all follow and you arrive at the large cathedral. These big kind of walls, very ornately crafted building with a kind of stained glass of the sun kind of rising over a field. You enter and you're kind of directed towards where the cardinals and Musician is, near like the altar, just finishing a early morning service. And we'll then speak to you. So but you have returned. Good, I'm glad you got my sending.
Indeed. We were a bit busy, but obviously time to call for it. Could you lead the way?
Yes, of course, do follow me. And she will begin leading you down into the chambers of the. Did you pay for the?
Yes.
They'll hide the clothes off you when time comes. they lead you down into the catacombs. I know a place you're sort of familiar with now.
Yeah.
Into not the catacombs, like the lower levels. Into the chamber in which the Tinzo child is being kind of basically placed. As they open the door, there's still clerics in there trying to do what they can, but you see that kind of floating kind of sun around them as they're moving more erratically. There's like glowing red all kind of across their body. There are healers trying to cast spells. The sea creature is shivering, but also sweating. Their breathing is very laboured.
So I'm gonna put both hands next to the head, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and, in a sense, commune with the kid, even though they're probably away in the.
I will ask if you want me to do anything to help.
I mean, if you think you can.
We know our spells don't exactly
Yeah.
do much.
So as you kind of all walk into a thought, what you see is flashes of this kind of barren planet, and there's kind of falling kind of ash kind of touching their skin, and them kind of feeling and looking healthy, and flashes back to kind of the situation they're currently in, kind of gasping for air, their skin almost kind of well, not petrified, but flaking and kind of growing kind of
Okay, so
hardened.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try this with the memory of their situation. I'm gonna try and use my lore to try and make that in my aura, to make that atmosphere.
Are you sure?
Motus does not want the kid to die and does not know how to get the kid back home, which is what he would prefer to do.
You know one thing, and that is the Seven Sanctums took the pod that was still working.
But they're gonna end up experimenting on this fucking kid. And then if they do, I'm gonna have to take heads.
Does Motus look troubled?
Yeah, he's thinking.
What is on your mind, Motus?
This kid needs rather that container or to go home. If I send him to the people in Janhold, they will probably be some bureaucratic nonsense about being able to take from this child, and they will experiment on it, I guarantee you. And there is no way that I can send them home.
Did you mutter something, Karen?
How would I doubt it'll work? Because the barriers between everything's broken, banishment won't do anything to the kid, will it?
Here's a question. Interesting one.
Yeah.
The barren landscape that they were in.
Yeah.
Anywhere similar in my mind.
One that you see, I mean, mainly because this ash that's kind of falling is toxic, and you've kind of encountered it briefly in the ship, and it was poisonous to you. There's nowhere in this world that's got an atmosphere like that. Not that you know of, anyway.
So, I guess that the pod is a conversion chamber?
Well, it's those kind of weird plants that were kind of emitting this kind of strange spores that were touching the creature was the same kind of thing you saw falling on that planet.
But adult Tinzo just walked through here and was completely fucking fine. It's a logic problem, though it has an answer.
I can see 3 ways through this. Get the kid back in the pod.
Okay.
Get someone who travels spheres. So, Leah, Natasha, something like that. Get them to take them home. And the last one, not great. The kid's suffering. Put them out of the suffering. They're the only
That's
options I
fine.
can see. So if we can't make it, if we can't put them back in the tube, and as assume that Natasha and Leah aren't willing to take the kid back home. The kid's gonna die either way. Do you want them to suffer for a while, or just want?
I mean, I get your point.
It's not nice, but they're the only options I can see.
There's always another option.
There is.
What?
I don't know if it'll work, but I've got a wish. So Karen, take the part of the plate. Just hold it in front of Moses. See if you want to use it.
Don't know what I would do with it. I mean, I don't know if there's a wish that I could word that would make it go higher, make it go home.
Make it so it can do a wish so it will survive here.
I could wish you to be an adult.
There was a. Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Well, there was a conversion process that was going on with the chamber that presumably made it survivable for this world. That is a maybe naturally occurring task, if not naturally from this place. So perhaps you could wish for that to occur.
Perhaps it could be a divine intervention before it is a wish. It is life, after all.
That is a possibility. How long has it been since the Mages of Janhart have had that contraption?
A while now.
Like a few months, 2 other months, maybe 3.
Perhaps they have investigated as much as they can. Perhaps we can ask for it.
They will not want to return it willingly. We did not live on good terms.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I can see what I can do. I'm going to attempt a divine intervention.
To do what?
Presuma.
Like God in Dogma.
Allow this child to have what they need to survive. Whether that's a personal adaptation, which I'm personally against, or to have some similar pod to which they are out.
That's not how divine intervention works.
I know.
It wasn't like creating your pod.
No.
But
What
just
It's not right.
I can.
Could you make them not tensor? No, it's weird. Could you change their race?
You could.
I don't. It could, but I'm not sure if that's what we want to do. Really.
I mean, it's better than fucking killing the kid. Better than the kid dying.
Yeah, I could DI to preserve them, as in make sure they don't die, but
return them to stasis. A safe stasis, a stable one.
yeah.
I mean, they're currently in a perpetual state of pain and discomfort.
The cardinal will go, I did use similar magics to try and put them into a status, a rest they were in. It lasted but for a couple of hours and the effects continued.
She used the eye. She used it. Okay.
Do we have any way to contact the Tinsel? Not that I'm open to drawing them here voluntarily.
I believe there was an antenna in one of the ships that we did not know how to activate.
I still have some of its blood, although it's more like a gel now.
And then
But
plenty
then we
of them
will-
arrive.
Then we will have an entire army on our hands.
There is I just feel like there is something I'm missing.
Sometimes there isn't.
There always is.
Just the 4 options: Wish, Tasha, Pod, End.
I remember us being quite stumped the last time we were here, and then leaving them here has become a temporary stopgap to the project, allowing me to not think about it and then believe it did not exist.
I didn't know I've been passively thinking about it, but I guess while I have the detect thought spell up, I am going to try and have a conversation with them inside their own head, because they are not a being that exists like we do. So I'm going to try and find them. I guess, like, in their mindset, during that storm, they're thinking about probably home. I guess I'm just gonna, like, fucking try to Charles Xavier my way into their head.
Yeah. You try to. Wait, no, you're not a master of minds.
No.
As you try and communicate with them, you just get this feeling of, like, agony.
I haven't been with them, but I find it odd, like. The only way that I think I can move forward is by pushing the big fucking red button.
Well, forward in the way that you want to.
Yeah. Or someone's gonna fucking talk me out of it.
Could we try a conversation with the elves one more time before we go to that extreme?
Could returning this child to the Tinzo... Wait. No, because that ship was attacked, wasn't it? That's why it crashed.
Yeah, I was attacked by later and
Oh, that was it, yeah.
you know they were getting invasion.
We spoke to Leah about
I was
this.
going to say, have we talked to Leah about
How?
the child?
I'm told Cassandra who knows more.
Cassandra's such an asshole.
No, she's just very, you know,
An asshole.
Straightforward.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not telling her little fucking child is. She's like, what?
I deal with it. Shiv it.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Could returning this child to the Tinzo be the first step to peace with the Tinzo?
You don't reason with someone not aggressing on you.
I'm not entirely aware of their psychology, but from what we saw, they did not look like a peaceful nation.
They're the
look
fire
like
nation.
a nation that moves and devours to stay alive.
I'm gonna send in Cassandra.
Yeah.
Parasites.
I need your help.
No, parasites require
I don't ask this of many people.
Is it? That's what you said.
There is a child of the Tinzo suffering for being here, and I'm trying to find a way of making them not suffer.
That's yeah.
Help.
Help.
The message you get back, just let it die. They would do the same to you. Where is this creature?
Message back. Just because someone would do it to you does not mean that they deserve it done to them. I really need help with this. Tell me how I can find a way to make this suffering end that isn't death.
You cut out at some point.
Yeah. I think that isn't the way across.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get up to really hear the suffering end.
And then she would just say, end it.
Why is everyone here an asshole?
Looks at Motus.
Hey. I don't care if I'm basically trying to help something that would fucking see me as food or something to conquer. It's not the point.
Oh, that was OC, sorry.
Yeah. It's like, it's not the point.
I do not have the moral high ground to answer this question.
I know neither, but apparently I fucking do.
I believe if it was up to me and I was in this position, I would like to die. I would not want to be experimented on forever.
Exactly my point.
I would want to go home.
I don't have a way of doing it.
No.
Should we try?
The way that we would try would bring an army into this world, but would focus on killing everyone in the area.
The crystal spheres fell after we found this thing. So we haven't tried to banish them yet.
Alice, can you link me in that and link me in the kid's mind?
Punishment works on planet existence.
You need
So I don't know
add to
how
the
it
hub.
Give it a go.
Like, I'm not a fucking, like, mentalist like you in that sense. So can you just, like, help me get through a fucking barrier to talk to the kid?
Attempt to commune with the kid.
I mean, you can try and like do because your like telepathy is like more powerful, and you can like link it to motors, but you get the same impression of just agony from it. That's all you can read from it.
Is it agony because we're trying to mentally probe?
No,
or-
just from what it's going through right now.
It's going for agony.
I wonder.
Well,
Some spells don't specify. They specify comfortable conditions, but not for which creature.
Can I?
make them live in a tiny hut forever.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good idea, actually. I'm going to cast calm emotions.
It has no effect.
I'll try not tensors floating disc. Limit tiny hut.
So they're using, like, a sun.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a sun, but yeah, it's kind of like casting Keeley spell, but I'm like checking to make sure his condition's okay, but now it's just kind of flashing red and moving erratically. The dome appears, but the effects remain.
So it's comfortable and dry. That's what it says.
Okay,
But it
I'm gonna
doesn't
give it a
specify
go.
for which creature.
Give one a go.
Banishment.
It's not about creatures.
Ooh. That's
Okay.
My point is comfort.
So it specifies plane existence, but
Yeah, it means like coming to sleeping and not like
Is,
Might- might
emotional.
not
is the child frightened or charmed
Sure.
at the moment?
Not charmed, but there's like a fear.
So the fear's gone.
Um,
That's what calm emotions does.
Fear's gone.
Suppressed calm emotion. Suppressed is
Make
frightened.
me a charisma save.
That's funny.
Do you want it to? What are you trying to do?
I'm tempting banishment, see if that sends it back. I doubt it will,
Yeah.
but
it's worth trying.
it's worth a
Um,
shot.
I've got a 3, so whatever it rolled, it gets a 3.
Emotions.
wait a minute.
You have to wait.
Yeah.
And then he goes by and it kind of reappears.
Worth a shot.
Wait, so it left?
Banishment puts it if it's
Oh, in a different plane.
that it's either sends it to its home plane existence, or puts it in a little bubble for a minute.
Well, that means that it's fucking native to here.
Well, it's from the material. Space is weird.
Yeah. It's from a material plane.
It's from the, you're on the material plane, it's from the material plane. It's just a different material plane it's from.
The only option we haven't done is try and contact Tasha and see if she'll take.
True
Take us
polymorph, just for a little bit. Give them a body that isn't theirs.
If
True
you,
polymorph, if you keep
if-
it on, it stays that way.
yeah,
For how long?
ever.
Yeah.
True polymorph, if you keep
Until they get the
cast
spell.
it off it and it stays, and you keep it on for the entire casting time, or the entire duration, it stays as whatever that thing is.
Unless it gets dispelled, that thing.
Yeah, because you could turn someone into a pot with that spell.
Yeah. Chair.
Are we even sure that if we did return this child to its natural realm, that it would immediately recover? Perhaps
We don't know anything at this point.
Perhaps this child, because of the condition from like coming out of that pod without being in the right conditions, perhaps that the child was already doomed.
I have perhaps thought of another option. In the mind link. There are many other buried ships that we don't all know the locations of.
We do actually.
there may be functioning pods that are empty, or things that have not been found inside there, that we can attempt to create. The stuff was incredibly difficult to work out, but we could go look into it.
We don't know what conditions caused that one that we found to open.
We pushed some buttons.
Characteristic carbon, how quickly has the child been declining?
Yes, a few days, but we've tried temporary fixes and none of them have taken.
I'm gonna-
I think it's wrong time limit.
I'm gonna.
Amount of time you can for these strips.
I haven't done it in a while, and I don't do it normal because it's normally a draining process for probably both of us. But I am, with my head still like, either side of the kid's head. What I want to do is I want to try and have a conversation with the only person that I think has more fucking morals than me. Can I try and just have a gentle conversation with you?
So it's different. You don't speak with Tia. As you think about this, you're thinking about what's just, what's right. There is no conversation. There is no vision. But there is Tia's understanding that washes over you as the hand of justice. The knowledge of the situation, the answer comes to your mind naturally. There is no clear answer. The child is clearly suffering. Potentially one guaranteed way, two guaranteed ways to stop it. Murdering it, it's not unjust, but it's a bit fucked. It's not illegal, it's
Euthanizing.
not wrong, it's still not nice to kill someone. The pod, might like it, it might not end well, but it would stop the suffering if it works. Taking the emotion out of the situation, the feelings, just what is right, putting it where it won't be an agony, is the temporary fix. Is what in this moment would be just for the creature. And you can push further and communicate with Tia, but just thinking and focusing and doing that, let me really focus on what is right and wrong, what was Tia's aspects, that just kind of comes to you, for as part of being the hand of justice and being Tia's champion. But you can push further and try and communicate. You can communicate with your champion.
Someone else will make it in charge of the people with the pod.
I'll
So
send a message to
Someone.
Xenia.
Someone else get in touch with them.
We know it's about her for centuries.
Wasn't it her who?
Nope.
It's in my old notes, I don't know.
Why have I got her name? Oh, she is the
No,
Archmage.
She's the one that kind of runs the whole thing.
So she is the Archmage.
She's the highest.
Archmage.
Yeah, but not the one you met. There were several leaders and stuff. To me,
We've met a few at a party and we have notes.
I
The
know
one
so-
you met was Master Eskin.
Yes, that's
Eskin Transmutation Archmage. That's what.
Yeah. He's the one that is.
So,
Could we get perhaps one of the other archmages involved who may be able to guarantee protection of
we,
the child?
we could, but Eskin is the one who has the stuff,
Yeah.
so it's his jurisdiction. I don't know much about the Archmages though, so it might be able to. But personally, Joe as a player doesn't know much about them. I have a question.
Mhm.
The Fabricate spell
Mhm.
lets you convert raw materials of products into the same material. What if I were to break off parts from the ship and try and fabricate a pod?
I mean, the ship itself is only made from a stone.
The pod was made from not from the same stone.
Yeah, it's made from the same stone.
Yeah.
But it's the stuff inside the pod and how the pod worked as well.
There was a whole bunch of
There was these plants. They was releasing the spores.
That's what I was thinking.
Obviously, it was powered up still as well. It was obviously a bit, mage techy, magic techy.
Yeah.
So there's all that as well. But it's just made of probably not a native stone. I know probably it's like a really grainy, kind of crumbly stone. I can try and think
So,
what it is, but I can't think what it is.
Next campaign.
I don't really have the
Jam
ability to
doesn't
try and
exist.
make a pod.
Not
Because I
really.
need the plants and the knowledge.
You could make the pod, You just couldn't put all the stuff in it.
That makes sense.
You
Yeah.
need to know how it all works.
I get the feeling I went through this train of thought the last time.
Hey,
Right, who's getting in touch?
just send him to the mages. He will break out and he will lead Mephistopheles' helljammers on a conquest of space. Make
Yeah.
him Mephistopheles will find him one day.
The only other fucking person.
There is, yeah. You got him as well.
All roads lead to Mephistopheles.
Look, who's more likely to fuck you up?
Himself.
Who's nicer?
Between who?
The mages and Mephistopheles?
I think we should try and send a message to Natasha saying, could you help? Could you get the kid home?
We can't really contact her though, right?
Unless she's in your universe.
Yeah.
We could
In
try.
your universe.
And if she passed
So-
over once.
Do we know her name?
We don't want to
No,
contact the mages.
Hmm?
We don't want to contact the mage.
I think we do, but not the head mage. Just like
Someone do it.
Moses has asked.
I don't have sending anymore.
Pass your scroll. Hey, you said it out loud. Someone does not communicate well.
What was the mage's name again?
Eskin.
Eskin.
Yeah, it would be Magi, ask him. To change from Magi to Magi. There's a staff in the game called that. They all have one, so.
I know we didn't part on the best terms.
It just never does.
Could we have a conversation and try and amend things for the sake of a child?
My schedule is very busy at the moment. We could schedule in a sit down in the next couple of weeks, perchance. I have no hard feelings.
I think it's a little more urgent than that.
Mm-hmm.
You have hard feelings.
Yeah.
At least I have no hard feelings.
That's what he said. Yeah.
That's what you said.
That doesn't make it true.
I mean,
If we say something like we're willing to give them jurisdiction, he'll just take it like that.
But we don't want to give them jurisdiction. That's what the sticking point is.
But we couldn't do that last time. There was no way we could negotiate with them, basically. The thing will be dead before that. If we want to nick it back off them afterwards.
Then,
Oh, bloody hell.
what?
Oh, apologies. It's because.
I'll share his reply.
The only fucking thing that I can think of is linking my fucking life force to the creature. And that's a fucking desperate. That's a desperate play. Don't know what the fuck that would do to either of us. What?
What? Don't know. That's
What magic bullshit machine have you got?
Oh, I have no idea. Oh, I don't know what it does.
what are you thinking?
I'm gonna. I doubt it's gonna work because this sort of stuff never does for Karen. But I'm gonna put my hand on the kid. I'm gonna focus on the mantle and see if I can get any feeling from the Shari of how to help the kid or what the best course of action would be.
Matt's face has
So
just
this
changed.
is home.
Because he's an old god, he's ancient. He might have some way of doing something.
I told you there's another one.
I don't know what he would do.
No clue.
Kara's grasping straws because apparently no one wants to try and talk to Tasha. So
Not against talking to
I
Tasha.
was about to try sending, but You got in there before me.
I'm saying if like the last half hour no one said anything, so it's like alright, that's all.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's-
That's all.
You've been saying it, but no one's gone, let's do it. Everyone's been like,
Yeah.
Sorry. I said that.
everyone's just been like, well, hang on,
I've
you
been
know.
trying to think through.
My response was, do we know her name? How
What are you thinking, Matthew?
Oh yeah, but is that her true name?
Well, it's how we contacted her.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought we couldn't contact her.
You can't contact her when she's not on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw that.
So you can contact her because you're familiar with her through the spells and stuff,
Yeah.
but like, you don't know her true name. You don't know she's Tasha.
Yeah.
You know she calls Natasha.
Yeah.
The only way we know if we can contact her is if we send a message, see if she's in.
That makes sense.
In the sphere.
What are you thinking, Matthew?
See what the Shari sends. See if we can get, at the very least, get a timetable. See how long the kids got.
You would know. This thing's got maybe a few days. But the connection lingers on the child and it kind of draws away from you. Carol, can you remove the shackles of Shari from your character sheet, please?
Done.
As the essence passes from you to the child. You can die now.
What were those?
The body just stops shaking. And kind of, with the light, kind of goes black. And the chest just still slowly breathes. But as far as the sensors are aware, dead.
So what were those? That the mantle of what?
The thing I got from the death god. The thing that
Oh.
Hold on, the child's
I have
dead.
no clue.
No, it's still breathing, but it reads as dead.
So I was gonna take some back and go.
I never looked this. I don't look at
I
that.
think
Oh
I've
shit.
at the very least bought some time.
I don't think you bought time.
There's a 25 hit Carol.
Uh,
No shield equipped, just like standing there.
yeah.
So you say that as this fist clocks you in the jaw, as this child kind of stands up, looks around, breathes.
Peace.
You
Someone
see this
translate
black
language.
blade falling in its hands.
Comprehend languages.
Yeah, you know as well.
I doesn't.
I'm gonna just inside its head piece.
And in your head you hear, where am I?
You're on a material plane, an alien one. We've been trying to look after you. Everyone else in this room is a friend.
Really, just hear go, Carrot go, you fucking say someone's wife.
Welcome to the club.
Irony. The thing that can actually finally hit
Kind of like
Karen.
the blade kind of form, the same kind of blades that Crystal was kind of summoning when he was doing Eldritch Blast and stuff. Kind of looks around at all of you. Kind of put its hands like to its side.
We apologise greatly. But right now, you're in a safe, secure location. If you need something, just ask.
You can just keep looking towards the door. And then mind here. Where are the rest of them?
We only found you.
He just continues to scan the room.
They won't understand any of the rest of us, will they?
Yeah, I'm not even talking to it. It's just literally like projecting images into the brain. The only person that's probably picking up on it is Harris, passively.
I presume Moses is doing something.
Yeah, I've got my hands up. I'm looking at the child and making eye contact.
Yeah.
Their body language is changing.
Yeah, it kind of just kind of slow its breathing and relaxes for a moment.
I will
No.
cast Encode Thoughts. I'll pull out the memory of us retrieving the child and I'll hand it to you. It's a 4 string.
Yeah, I know. I'll gently just hold it out and look at
You
it.
like quickly snatches it from your hand. And kind of like place it next to the head. They are all dead.
unfortunately.
I must leave this place.
Yes, we have been. The issue is we do not know how to get you home or to a safe location. This is the safest that we could come up with.
I need the pod. I cannot survive here forever. I need the fumes. My
Okay.
body is not ready for the outside world.
How does this all work?
I do not know. The tins
Mage
are
heist?
must.
Mage heist?
Mage heist.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
are we trying to be allies with people?
Yeah,
Mm.
but do we really want to piss
Have you
off
told
Tenzo?
Have you told any of your conversation to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or kind of like back broadcasted.
So, I will, in telepathic bond, say to Motus, could you tell it that we are no longer in control of the pod? We would like to be, but if we could attempt to manufacture another one for it, with its guidance.
I will.
I do not know how to create these pods.
They are a child.
The plants that were around the pod, do you know what they're called?
No. They are the last surviving thing on our planet. They are what allow us to breathe until we have developed.
Right now.
We just prematurely delivered a child.
Yes.
That's what it feels like, isn't it?
Sort of.
Yeah, no way.
If we stole a cutting, like as a part of the plant,
We got some of it, didn't we?
I
You tried to.
I tried to, but they
To
got
go
away
we
from me
can grow it.
before I could. I was very upset that day. So that was weird. Joe was a big one. If we like stole a cutting rather than the whole plant, do you think that would be enough? If we could get like a small part of the plant?
If it's compatible with plants in this universe, yeah, it could be fucking carbon. We're carbon based, it could be fucking silicon based, for all we know.
Yeah. Could you ask it if you had like a part of the plant? Would that be that we could then try and grow? Would that be sufficient?
I will ask.
I do not know.
Yeah.
It's about like 12-ish. Like
What
human
happened
years.
to your planet?
I do not know.
What do you know?
We search for things
Yeah.
to rebuild.
Okay. Do you know what things you were looking for?
No.
Hmm.
Thing with the shrine, I haven't got it now. With the mantle going to the child, do we still get to send stuff to kids and you got days, or is it sort of
Well, you
stabilised?
look and you can still see like the aspect of it around it. It's not like a permanent hold. It's like a temporary kind of like it's given it to the child for the time being. I'm guessing it'll probably separate at some point.
There has to be.
So,
There has to be
pod
multiple
is
things
the
to
lich.
do.
It's very busy. The kids on like hold at the minute.
Yeah.
He's got before the month went over, it had days left. It might have a week at this point. Do you think
Could
try?
Could we
Try
wish
and
for
do it.
that one?
Hmm?
Could we wish for that one?
Do you think they try and like go to a ship and try and find a cut in there? But then we'd still think about to like dig down, get through the ship, and might even find one there.
It was very fortunate that we found one intact.
You could wish for the pod.
The pod just fucking vanishes on there, and they're like, "Where the fuck did it go?"
Do you think they could do that back?
Probably. We wait for it to come back. It's inside. Oh, bonus.
Well, it's not one of the. Actually, that wouldn't be one of the things that they could do for Wish.
It wouldn't be the powered either.
They wouldn't want to risk their. They probably wouldn't want to risk their permanent casting of Wish doing something like that.
That's what I mean, yeah. People use wish very conservatively.
those mages would be. Yeah.
Anyone really should.
Also, we just got in contact with them. If it disappears, they're gonna know it's
Yeah.
fucking us.
Mm.
Maybe if we hadn't got in contact with them.
Maybe.
There's also a thing of could get a part, but don't know how to power it.
Yeah.
If there's, I've still the thing of either contact Tasha, ask her to take the kid home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or that's the only option.
So
I
we
see.
could tell it that we've got a way home for it, but it just needs to. We're potential way home, but it needs to wait.
Well, it mightn't have to. We just need to see if someone
Yes.
can someone tell Tasha a
I
message?
can-
Yeah.
I'll do.
Caro can't.
Hello, Tasha.
She's not here.
She's not here.
It just doesn't work.
I'm gonna
Cast
be
everything.
honest.
There's no one
Should we
else.
talk
I
to
still
Leah?
want to say
She's
the words,
picked up
Matthew.
oodles of fucking shit from different places.
Yeah.
This is hell.
She might have something.
She might even have it.
Hope you're fine.
I don't know if she's gonna have this
Maybe
pod
she's here.
specifically, but she might know something.
No, Tasha. She is.
Sending Leah. Can you come to the Sunbright Cathedral? Your brilliant expertise is needed.
It takes like a few minutes. Usually the door kind of opens and they walk in. What?
Wow, she's
Busy.
using a door.
Okay. As soon as it locks eyes with Leah,
Oh dear.
that black blade appears.
I'm getting in between the both of them.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Can I do telekinesis and
What is it?
hold?
I've got used as an 8.
Hi guys, what's up?
Who rolled the dice though?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
No, what I mean is who attacked.
yeah, the kid, it kind of just looks at Leah, and this blade just kind of lunges.
Telekinesis hold.
8.
You killed my people. Like in like the toilet.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say, they have been reborn. They are a different person.
That's a fucking thingy.
Yes, and I'm gonna ask you.
Go and slay everyone.
No.
Yeah, I've kind of seen it.
Leah, hear us out.
No? Those things have killed planets.
Yes.
Much like magic been coalescing in a hand.
They're a child.
So,
They have not had a chance to do anything yet.
apart from trying to stab me.
Which they did because they think you killed their people.
I mean,
Yes, I know. But if
kind
you
of
don't-
did. Can't lie, guys.
Yes, I
Because, you know, they're trying to kill all you people.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to find a peaceful resolution to this, and there's an opportunity here.
You vanishes.
One of the best that she'll be back with her friends.
Probably.
Hi.
Why is every child a chaos an asshole? Why is everyone an asshole?
They're
So
children
what?
of chaos.
Just every child.
Where's the fucking third one?
Retired. Couldn't be bothered dealing with it.
Well, Lennon.
We should probably. What was your name? What's their name?
We had it previously, but I'll ask.
Yeah.
Did we have his name?
I don't think so.
I asked,
never
but I don't know if they gave me.
I will write it down.
Do they
Kids
even
haven't
have
been
names?
conscious enough to get them, right?
Timmy.
What's its reaction now that she's gone?
It's still like on the defense. Well, it's currently held by Harris, so it is now threatened or like trying to pull away. You people side with one of them.
Who are they to you?
We were told stories of them. They have killed millions of our people.
Why?
Because they have, I do not know. Is still held in telekinesis.
I like.
And it drops down. Kind of just summons them and then Blades kind of holds it.
You can speak in telekinesis. I just can't. When I'm holding it, just can't move.
I don't have a name.
Kids haven't been conscious enough for us to get them.
Yeah. Even in any of the memories.
Yeah,
and
then I
flashes that
will-
Harris
I will ask.
Okay, let's check for it. My name is Gravix.
Gravix. Steal that.
People can help
That's a
won't
cool
help.
name.
People that can help won't help.
What's not here?
I think the fucking third one's probably going to be the same.
I was told not to watch it.
Is it Gravix?
Yeah.
That's a cool name. Steal that.
I could contact Eskin again, tell him that we are in contact with the child.
Unless our need is urgent.
Surely being in contact with the child would be a significant enough update for him to push a meeting with us forward.
Just worry about his
Where's the
lack of
safe location
compassion.
where I could fold space?
The ocean.
Yeah.
There is another flash of blue light. You see Leia. He's standing next to her. Cassandra. In her Centurion battle armor, helmet on, spear in hand.
It's gonna end up-
Sandra, no.
I bet you wanted to kill something.
I know, but I can't believe I'm
Can't
gonna put the
speak.
fucking child to
I
chaos for the
will
fucking
speak.
regeneration
I
cycle.
say
Okay,
no.
here we go.
Kind of looks. Chad holding the spear, like a long spear, kind of shimmering orange gem, and the blade.
I'm holding my Cook of Ra quite tightly.
She holds her spear tightly.
There's a lot of tension in this room.
One might say butter.
Yes.
No, that's not what they're saying, is it? I'm going to go back to being quiet.
I understand what you are saying, both of you, and I also understand what the child knows as well. You are not going to find anything or be better off for killing a child. Whether it is a fucking sworn enemy of yours or not.
These things slaughter.
Yes. And you have slaughtered in return.
They have slaughtered tenfold what we can imagine.
Yes.
Planets enslaved. All so they can fuel their war machines.
And tell me, honestly, has this child?
I don't know.
And you're willing to pick up a blade against them?
Let me try it like this. Callistius has a child. All the potential, all the power, all the want to follow in his footsteps. But Jen throws you the spear.
I'll catch it.
What do you do?
That would require the child to want it. I see no evidence of that.
Kind of peers back into hand with this flash of orange light. Make a persuasion check for me.
Is she a dragon?
She is not.
When even is she?
Fragment of chaos.
You're primordial.
Probably Primordial's the most apt
She's
description.
the primordials. Hence why she couldn't lay a couple
Yeah.
of pills, because that would have fucked with space empty.
25.
What would have happened?
30 though? Look, if they were to be what you say they are, I would be the first person defending anybody else. Hell, I've done it to a point where I don't even fucking question it at this point.
I've seen him drop soldiers off of cliffs.
I'm not exactly the most moral person, but apparently I am in this room. And that says something.
She keeps kind of staring towards her. She kind of thinks for a minute.
am readying an action map.
There you go.
If Cassandra goes to attack the child, I'm casting banishment on Cassandra.
Stepping in the way.
Doesn't readying a spell use up the slot?
It doesn't.
And,
Does it
yeah,
also
and
last for
it's
6 seconds?
Yeah. You'd
You
have to
hold
keep repeating.
Oh,
She
yeah.
just stands there.
I won't do that then.
If she lunges, Kara's getting in the way, you take the hit.
She all looks around at all of you. If this child is awake and on a world that no longer has its sphere, it may bring them all here.
I know. Welcome to the dilemma.
I cannot remain knowing that they can come here now.
Have we told them that we want to get rid of it rather than kill it?
What is the thing? Okay. They want to
Get
kill
rid
it.
of the
We
child.
want to. We haven't told them we want to send it home, but yeah.
Have we told them?
If we send them home, that opens a gateway.
Yeah.
That's the
why we've not done it yet.
that's the issue.
The only one who could possibly do it without doing that is Tasha.
For the bits we learned about the tins out, they just move straight on to everyone goes with them, or they leave like things behind in because they burn through.
From what you've seen and from the very few bits that they've heard, they don't really leave much. It depends where they've been and where they're going. If a place is like completely destroyed, they'll just take everything with them or leave it there and move it useless. But if they're like say like it's leaving a planet, they'll leave like, you know, soldiers there. And they'll move on to the next location. So it really depends on what the situation of the place is, how much they leave behind, how much they take.
So you don't have to go strict. I just have to open a thing close by to where they've got someone stationed, drop the kid off, and erase all traces of it.
I will not kill the child
Thank you.
today. If I even catch a whiff of it doing anything, I will kill it. And any of you that stand in my way. I am older than your world. I possess more power than you can fathom. Do not stand in my way. She kind of looks at it, and the language none of you can understand says something, and she just turns and walks out the door. And Lee's kind of like, that was more awkward than I thought. I'm sorry, guys. I thought she'd, you know. I'm just gonna take it back. She was mid-nap. What the fuck did she just say? I don't fucking know. I deal with space. She kills the shit. I forgot what the other one does. It's been a while. Time. Yeah, I don't really know, you know, the whole sitch.
Isn't she reality or something?
Yeah, kills all that. She's, you know, stabs the fresh the fucking spear. Sorry, dude. Just don't stab me next time. Thanks. I don't have beef with you. I mean, she does because it's a whole. She's angry.
Where's the
She's
third
always
one?
angry.
I don't know. Like, she's not actually told me.
Does she know?
Yeah, I think so. She's kind of, you know, this is really, we have this conversation like 10 times. You know, I don't remember things. I kind of shut down for a while. But she was like, you know, living the best life, leading an army.
Are you okay, Leah?
Yeah, ish. I don't know. What's going on?
It sounds like you're having a hard time processing things.
Yeah, because sworn enemy thing, I don't want to kill it. It's a kid. I'm a kid. We're all kind of, you're all kids compared to us, but you know.
How old are you?
Well, technically like a few million years old, probably more.
I was not made aware of this.
I think I was made with the universe.
Do you have a birthday?
Every day?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Presents?
I give her a gold.
See you tomorrow.
Didn't you adventures through space,
Mm-hmm.
have you picked up any weird flowers or, I don't know, a stasis pod?
Oh, do you know I left them all behind? I
Yeah.
left them lying over planes. No, of course, I don't come across stasis pods.
Is it possible that me and you and the child could take a quick trip just to drop her off on a fucking planet that these people run?
No, because I don't want to go near them and do my magic and stuff, and then backtrack back to here. That's like the number one rule she told me not to do. And just points up towards the door.
What do
That makes
you
sense.
think is the solution to this?
I don't know. Didn't they find like a pod thing?
Yes, but the people have it are assholes.
And they'll probably torture an experiment on the child.
And we're against that.
Thanks, I didn't get that. I don't know. I just make space things happen.
And open doors, apparently.
I have an idea.
No offense, I can't understand it. But like, it means it doesn't die. From what I know, these things have to mature in these pods. It's because their atmosphere or some things go on. They have these plants that create the atmosphere, but when they grow up, they don't need their atmosphere. It has something to do with evolution. But when they're growing, when they're kids, do they need that like that spores for like their oxygen? For I don't know quite how it works exactly.
They said that their planet was gone.
Sort of. It's like a dead planet from what I've seen.
Did they kill their own planet?
Can you create atmosphere?
No, I can create space.
Shit, I was saying we could probably go back there.
What is the story with these tins over there?
I don't fully know.
Are they mind flayers?
No, ask her. She knows.
They're not mind players.
The way she described it sounded like mind flayers.
I'm gonna attempt this, but I'm assuming, even though I've taken it off, I'm assuming still like, because I can see the.
It's still
thing.
lingering. Like you're guessing. Like it's not. It's still connected to you, but it's kind of frozen all its energy right now on the kid. This kid not dying.
I'm gonna try and use that to just sort of communicate to the kids, try and get it to understand me. Go kneel down to eye level with it, and say, the reason you're able to stand and move and not be in as much pain is because I've managed to share some power with you. I don't know how long it's going to last, and it seems like for the time being, we don't have a way to get you home, or at least get you somewhere safe where you can mature properly. What do you wish us to try and do?
I'm honestly thinking Troop Bar knows the best way.
And this isn't there, but it's through the link.
It's it kind of looks you and doesn't fully comprehend what you're saying. But Leo will kind of rush the energy out. Or, you know, you could just give this thing back to the mages until it like grows up, and then like I'm sure I'll get out somehow.
I'm reprehensive. I don't want to be responsible for that kid being experimented on.
If that it suffers and dies, it's gonna suffer on her way. At least it'll live.
Would live potentially in agony.
Or die in the next couple of days.
Why someone's got an ability to change their biology. Do you have Troop Polymorph?
Don't.
Does the high priest is right?
She doesn't know.
No, that's not quite.
For wisdom.
Cat's gonna try and do the
That's
same thing,
Aaron.
but Cat's gonna try and do the same thing, but just like simplify. As
It's still, it's like you try like the language is like telepathy anyway, so it's kind of like
it's not even typing, it's sort of emotion of you're just trying.
I mean, you can get the
to
idea that like
you're
from
in
that
pain.
like it doesn't want to die. Is probably the main idea.
You know, at the point now that it's awake, I'm going to explain the fucking situation to it in as much detail as I can muster through my mind and give it an option.
I do not wish to perish.
The people that we give it to might hurt you. and I can't in good conscience hand that over unless it is your choice. And if I do find out they hurt you, there's going to be a lot less archmages in general.
You say archmages.
I said both.
Lee kind of like walks over to her, kind of just puts its hand on its shoulder, and then she'll like clap you. And she's like, oh, she's like, I know this is scary. I've been in a situation you've been in. My friends are right. These mages, they may experiment on you. They may try to find out what you are. It's just if you can survive that, they won't be able to hurt you after that. And then looks back towards you. Notice? I must find this pod.
Yeah.
And then Erdan,
Mm-hmm.
you're the only one that notices this.
Mm.
When she takes her hand off its back,
Mm-hmm.
there's this shimmer of blue magic, just for a faint second.
As in she's cast something?
Maybe.
Mm.
Mm.
Can I go after Cassandra?
Yeah, she kind of walked out. Out inside.
So we get in contact with Eskin, tell him that we're gonna give him a child, and the child is awake.
He's not going to be alive for the next campaign, I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him
Kids
we're
have to be away from long. I think as soon as the kid gets in the pod, the mantles will come
okay.
down.
Yeah. No, in fact, we shouldn't ask him. We should tell him we're coming over
It's
with the
not
child.
still like not big.
Is
So,
that
next
one of
I
the
was gonna say we
seven
could
side
travel
thing?
over there.
Yeah.
He's the transmutation one, isn't he?
So that's your plan to contact Eskin?
Yeah.
I can cast sending and tell him. Do we want to say to him, the child is awake, we're coming with him to get him to the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will send that exact message to Eskin.
Right. You get back. Ah, brilliant. I can... I will meet you at your manor.
I'll
That's
see.
next week.
Rabbit.
No, we said that we're coming to him, didn't we?
Yeah.
So doesn't care what he replies. I mean, that was.
Well, I mean, I'll say to the party, he said he's coming to our manor, but my interpretation of that he wants to take the child back with him. I'm more inclined to say we take the child to him.
We can just teleport there and then tell him we're there.
We'll go to the fucking school. Tower to the school and go to them.
So, you all... Well, so we'll wrap up there.
Yeah.
And then we will pick up next with you guys. Well, you want to speak to Cassandra, so pick up with Harris,
Yeah.
speaking with Cassandra. And then... you're going to be asking. Well, we're up there for this evening. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this stealth-turned philosophical debate. So, hope you enjoyed it.
Ethical.
See you next time, ethically, when we sit down. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.